the things me come fi talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things, you hear me? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worried me. Talk the things me come fi talk the things, you hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them not like me. Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. You no business, me no care if them screw face. Wow! Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them no worried. They hear me fun too much, too much. Whoa! Them not like me not like them. Them not rate me. Me and them no friend. Me don't see you care the whole of them are eating. Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. You hear? Talk the things me come fi talk the thing. Whoa! Talk the things me come fi talk the things. Me no business, me no care if them screw face. Whoa!
It's the good body girl Nesta telling you subscribe to Talk the Things TV for your latest gossips, entertainment, and live updates about Guyanese entertainers. Listen to me. Subscribe now. The good body girl said that.
Morning to everybody. Hope everybody all right. Hope everybody good. Beautiful Thursday morning. You know what it is. Today is the 1st of May. So you know, guys, and I tell you all already, from we touch me, party start. Understand? Yeah, man, party start. Because you know this month is my month, my birthday month. My birthday is definitely the 26th of May. So you know, definitely whenever we jump in, I know it's from the 21st. My planet, because I'm a Gemini. Yeah. I know them, but I don't give a damn. From the first of May, I start celebrating my birthday, bro. And you know what it is, all right? Gotta say good morning to each and everybody. Marcy Jackman, big up yourself. Gotta say good morning to Peterson, as I'm seeing you again on the live, definitely hold a wrench, my brother. Okay, secure yourself with a wrench. Alright? Yeah, big up yourself, big up to everybody that definitely checking in on the ones and threes. Usually 24th of May, Peterson. What the ass is this? Gemini to the world. You know, we doing it already. You understand? Big up to all of the zodiac sign them. But you know, Geminis are the best. Yeah, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Good. Anyway, bless man to everybody. Welcome down to Let's Start the Things TV talk show. Definitely, we got some stuff to run through today. Phone lines will be open. Got some video to share with you, definitely. And it's crazy. Last night I was doing some research on some stuff. And yo, bro, I meet up with a video. I think I got a link, Nigel, and let you know that I'm going to use his content today. I'm going to do that in a few. But, yeah. As you guys see the thumbnail and the title, you guys know what we're dealing with, okay? Adrianna Candlelight, the man with the red mask We're going to be speaking about Hickens. Also, the general from the West Side. Yeah, is he arrested? What really going on with it? We need answers. Every day as day pass by, we need some answers, you know what I mean? But you know the vibe, y'all know what it is. Good morning to everybody. Definitely that checking in on the ones and threes. Please, guys, like up the live, up. That's what I want you guys to do for me, all right? See what's up, guys. Yeah, like I said, we got some stuff to run through, definitely. So I hope you guys having a fantastic Thursday morning. You know what I mean? Big up to everybody that definitely checking in on the ones and threes. Okay? So we're going to jump into some stuff. Guyanese artists. Shadow man get shadow. All right, babe. All right, peeps. Like up the live, guys. Like up the live for me. Just like up the live. We're going in. We're trying to get some stuff, get into some stuff. You guys know what it is at this said moment here. So we ain't gonna waste no time. We're gonna kick start the show. Cause you know we still speaking upon Adrianna. Yeah, we still speaking on Adrianna Young. You know what I mean? We're still speaking on her. And you know what it is? It looked like it coming around the funeral time, and a lot of persons are saying that, you know what I mean, they don't think she should get buried at this moment here. You understand? They are saying that they need to do a little more autopsy on Adrianna. You know what I mean? We be pleading to the family to don't put her down as yet. You know what I mean? Don't put her down as yet, guys. You understand? Don't put her down as yet. So let's jump into the first video. And then I got something to read to you guys. Definitely as we kickstart the show this morning, all right? Okay? All right. So, well, we ain't ready for the red mass as yet. Okay, I got my boy here, so. Let me jump into this. This is I forget his wee name by oh shit. He was in a whole scene with Melly Mel just a few days ago. I just don't remember his name all the time. But yeah, but he got some interesting stuff to say, guys. Let's hear what he got to say this morning, you know what I mean, as we go through the show. Let's get this.
Family. So come let us hold some people accountable, because we're not going to just allow them to post a narrative to us and we run with it. We have some questions. One, if it is that she drowned, and the narrative they want us to believe is that she drowned in the pool, and we know that is not so. But if that is the case, why is it that the commanding officer that was there, the officer that's a commander, why is it that he lied to the public? Why is it that he lied to the father and the mother of the child that was pleading with him to go in and search? Why did he lie and say we have surveillance of her entering a black vehicle with a gentleman? But then later on, when we asked to see footage of the camera, you said the hotel camera is not working. So where you got the surveillance from? Furthermore, when we went to the neighbor's house to get surveillance, we didn't see any such thing that the police state. And then when the vice president of our country came out and said, if there's a surveillance, what's causing the procrastination? What's causing the delay? Pause the video that you have. Then he came out and said, the force put out a statement saying that reports released were inconsistent with the reality and the facts of the matter. I want to know, what was the motive for lying? What was the intent behind hiding? Curious minds are asking, are the police involved in the murder?
You see, and this is the thing that they don't really want to acknowledge at this said moment here. You know what I mean? You know, everybody want to know that specific question. Why did the commander lied? You know what I mean? Everybody want to know that this is the first question we asking and the first answer we would like to know. Like, why did the commander lie to the parents and say they saw a footage when they clearly know they ain't see no footage? You understand? There's the red flag. I remember now, I get to find out he's not only a commander. I did some research last night and I find out that he's not only a commander, but he's a commissioner, a executive or assistant commissioner or something like that. He's a big boy. You understand? He's a big boy. So obviously, why did he lied about seeing this girl in a vehicle when he know clearly he didn't see nothing like that? These are the things with the president supposed to got common sense with right away. This is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to go college for these things. You don't have to go university for these stuff, guys. It's logic, something named logics. Why would you lie to the parents knowing for a fact you don't have no video? Why would you do that? Are you trying to protect the owner? You and the owner is friend. And there's one thing I know with law. No, law don't got friend. Because if I is a police and me mother do something, I have the right to arrest my mom. Once she violated the law, even if I am not a police, and I see me mother get up just to try and stab somebody, you know, it gonna feel a little way, but no, you gotta report she. If she fling off of me with a knife, I gotta report she. Although my mother, I love my mother, but I just put in the case to let you know that police jobs are not to protect their friends with things like this. Justice gotta be served. If your friend do something wrong, he has to be held accountable. There got certain things you would flex like things that is not no scene. You know what I mean? But cases like this, murder cases like this here, whereby we know for a fact this man and his mother, this father and mother was searching for their child. None of them ain't want the people them go into the hotel. Then he come outside and say, we got a footage with your daughter entering a vehicle. The got to be a pass. Got to be. Let me continue with the video here, so.
We get she drowned. How she drowned is what we want to know. And where she drowned. Because it was not in the pool. Or are the police taking payoff to cover up somebody? We need to know.
All of these are all of this is question asking because it is lie there in our eyes. Are the police taking payoff, which we hear as is a $11 million payment? They have so much evidence in this case whereby I'm definitely positively, and everybody coming out and saying you can't blame this person, you can't blame the person. But the reality in life is when shit hits the fan, it hits the ceiling. You know what I mean? The reality of it is that Guyanese people is not stupid anymore. One time, Guyanese people is stupid. But remember Bob Marley got a song say you could fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time. So stand up for your rights. Don't give up the fight. You understand? And I want you to stand up. Equal rights and justice, doing the right thing. Me want you robbing, stealing, hurting innocent people. No. But we gotta fight. We got to stand up and fight. What we doing here? What happened a few days ago is fight. This 11-year-old girl create history in Guyana. The whole world focused on her. The whole world heart was filled with pain and misery. The whole world felt it, whether he is a parent or he is not a parent. Because if you as a human being, this is in hurt you or you come on social media to talk BS, you're an asshole. You ain't got no heart, you ain't got, you know what I mean? You ain't got no, you just ain't got no humanity in you. Father or no father, mother or no mother. From you hear a little girl like this get killed in that kind of way and is in the way that she got killed. Now we could understand if she was killed by a car accident. We could understand if she was kidnapped or a stray bullet. But you see what went down. This girl was abducted. So the case kind of sticky. The case is a kind of serious piece of case. That's why it touched so much people out there. Then the age of the child. Because 2012, I can't remember the guy that passed away, the young mechanic that passed away right there at WD Hotel. I can't remember his thing went public. Like how you're seeing Adrianna thing, they all over social media. They got white people vlogging about it, African people vlogging about it. I think Chinese people are vlogging about it. Jamaicans, everybody definitely putting or talking about their opinion about it and definitely saying, yo, nothing don't add up. We're not talking about Guyanese citizens, we're talking about people that don't live in Guyana, that see all the evidence, we should say, that people was posting on Facebook and all these things, and see this man and his father, the guy wet boots or wet pants and his father, need to be held accountable for this. You understand? Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, man. You're not on here, right?
Yeah, I'm on air.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
I need to speak to you off here.
All right, when I finish, I'm going to call you.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Okay. Wonder what the man they want to say must see some information he come to share with me. You understand? 2012 situation wasn't so devastated like 2025 because of the age also. A child boy. And these band of them don't got no time with who they're sacrificing, you know. They don't got no time with who they sacrifice. They sacrifice anybody. Big, lil, you name it. Real thing.
As a matter of fact, why would the police, because all the civil unrest that has started, the police is responsible for it because he lied. He is the one that made the people don't trust the system anymore. Why is he on administrative leave being paid by taxpayers' dollars and not asked to resign? Curious minds are also wondering, why is it when the body finally appeared in the pool and people are videoing, we are seeing individuals coming outside of a room upstairs, leaving the door open, standing up looking suspicious, and black smoke, heavy, thick black smoke is coming out of the room. What was being burnt in that room? Because the night before, when a very popular social media commentator was there recording the pool, nobody was seen in the pool.
You know what I mean?
Her family, who swim in rivers, went in the pool diving searching and couldn't find her.
Pause it there for a minute. Now you hear we just now say. They got video with this man coming out of a room and the room have black smoke coming out of it. Why nobody didn't charge the room? Hey, you see iniquity? Iniquity is a bad thing, you know. Iniquity bad. If y'all don't know, iniquity is a serious thing, you know. You could die by iniquity, and iniquity or the spiritual realms, I tell you about the demon spiritual realms would make it look like it wasn't you die by something else. You understand? But let me continue.
But the next day she appeared in the pool. And this very day when everyone is surrounding the pool observing what happening, a room upstairs, you get footage of people coming out of the room looking suspicious, leaving the door open, and thick black smoke is coming out. What was being burnt in there? Was it evidence? Why is it that there's a double wall in this hotel that leads to other bedrooms? Curious mind are wondering further. Why didn't the smoke alert went off when that smoke started coming out? This is a big hotel. This is not a rundown motel stinking. This is a big fancy hotel with glass walls for some parts. And the smoke detector wasn't on. Your lifeguard wasn't on at a big pool like that have children. Your lifeguard wasn't on duty that day. Your surveillance cameras just didn't work on that day. Keeping in mind, something similar happened in 2012, something similar happened in 2016. So if that, let's just say it wasn't sacrifices, because I know that's the narrative some people are running with. Let's say those weren't sacrifices, those were all a coincidence. Those weren't enough to put you on alert to say, in this modern age, you need cameras. Miss me with the BS. What was Cotton doing in her nose? It appeared to me that it was Cotton. What was Cotton doing in her nose? This commander that was there, why wasn't he asked to resign? Why wasn't he fired? Why isn't he arrested and interrogated and if found guilty, jailed? You were there to serve and to protect. You could choose not to do it and be lazy with the adults. But our children, our daughters, cannot be safe with our police. Not just a corporal or this is a commander. Our daughters can't feel safe with you guys either. What is happening to us? And what's most alarming to me is that now everyone becomes so pious and peaceful and righteous. And we're demanding peace. Let's have a peaceful protest. Let's have peace at all costs. Well, how do we define peace? And whom exactly is receiving this peace? Because I bet you one thing. It's not the family of this child. It's not the father who had an inclination, who had a gut feeling, who said his gut from the time he met there. His gut said, my child is here. And had they moved appropriately, she would have still been alive. But they lied to him. They got police around to remove him. He slept outside. He didn't even eat. He didn't even go home that night. He stayed there until the next day. And when he finally got in and see the pool, there is the body of his child. And he ran and jumped in the pool, swim and take her out, hoping that some ounce of life is left in her.
Hello, good morning.
You want peace?
Hi, morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. Where you calling us from?
I'm calling from Guyana.
Okay, you're there live. What's your take?
All right. I spoke to you a few days ago as it relates to the situation here in Guyana. Now, I want to say one thing here. You see, the government are protecting these killers 100%. And let me tell you something, my brother. Don't be surprised. Let me reiterate. Don't be surprised if today, tomorrow, next week or when you hear the owner of the hotel, the policeman with a red jersey, the commander, if you hear all of them turn up dead. That is what the PPP does. When they find out they're finding themselves back against the wall, where all fingers pointing to them, that will be the next move. They don't kill some of the evidence, so those humans we know will be the next evidence, and they will get rid of them. I've seen it. I live in this country all my life, and I see what these criminals does. So I know. You understand?
Yeah,
don't play this over and over and over. They will kill those people before they even practice the code step. Because obviously, it will make them look bad. It's already making them look bad. I overheard that demon Jagdio in a press conference, I think it was yesterday, when he of himself said that their supporters calling him every day by numbers and say, man, this thing got to be looking bad. He knows that. The supporters know that. He knows. So they will get them, call up the cronies and come up with the idea, and they will kill those people. These are criminals. White collar criminals we got running in this country. You hear what I'm telling you?
Great thing, brother.
I've seen it. You think it's too much blood on these people? That's why I want to do these bitches them to sleep when the night come. Huh?
Real thing.
Like I say,
real talk.
God don't sleep. They got children. If it will fall upon them now, the children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, somebody can feel the consequences for them. And I would be very sorry for them.
Yeah, my brother.
Because they would be innocent souls paying for something that they absolutely knows nothing about. Here? These people got a set of criminals inside. Look, you know, a couple of years ago, they had a minister of health.
Yeah.
I think his first name started with B or something like that. When you look at this man's face, you see a criminal. You see criminality since you look at this man's face. Make the PNC man fall with heart attack because something they give you a drink and your heart start to palpitate. You think these people easy? You think these people easy?
Look
a couple years ago, when they had them, no quick problem. When they put you all the create fine man and the other job into criminals. When they actually knows who did that murder. They know. But you know, people got a saying, time longer than rope. They say you fool people some of the time, you can't fool people all the time. As for me, they ain't fooling me none time because I know how they stay.
Thank you, my brother.
I know how. All right. Good.
Yeah, man. Yeah, 2 minutes to call, guys. 2 minutes to call. We haven't fully opened the phone line, but I'm going to take a 1 and 2 off. But we haven't fully opened the line. Let's jump back into what my boy is saying right now with this. You understand? Then we're going to continue the conversation.
Wait, here you want to protest peacefully? Now don't get me wrong. Am I saying to go and loot people's business? No. Am I saying to go and rob from people that are out here working hard? No. Am I saying to burn people's vehicles that they probably ain't even finished paying off for? Some of them don't even have insurance for? No. Are you a criminal? What nonsense you doing? Don't dishonor this girl's memory. Then Lord, what are you saying? What I'm saying is that as long as that father lives, he will never get the memory of his floating daughter's body lifeless in that pool.
Out in mind, yeah.
For as long as he lives. He will have questions before she take her last breath. Was she staring at the entrance hoping that daddy would burst through there to rescue me? Was she hoping that somehow mommy would hear her screams? The grandmother would live knowing that maybe if she didn't turn to take out the food, she would have seen who took her. The mother would live regretting going to work that day because maybe if I was home, I would have gone with them. Regretting giving permission for them to go. So when I say a peaceful protest, who is getting this peace? Silence the sound, out all the fire, do everything you have to, there is still no peace. The only way peace will enter this family is when justice is served. Fire the police. Then interrogate him, and if he's found guilty, charge him. But stand and demand justice. Put pressure on the politicians and put pressure on the higher-ups in the police force. Mr. Hickings and them have to make a decision. And this should call for a reopening of the case of 2012 and 2016. Of the people that died at that hotel.
Straight.
Nonsense and beyond. Stand your ground. What is peace? And who is experiencing this peace? If vehicles have to be blocked, block the road. Let them find another direction. Block the road. Hey family, so come let us hold some people accountable because we're not going to...
You understand? And definitely got a point with what he's saying. Definitely got a point with what he's saying. I do not condone no violence at all, right? Me condone, I understand. I'm not gonna have that going on. No. Me in there ponder. Me in there ponder. If we doing we protest, we protest real way. You understand? But at the end of the day, protest is not nothing bad. It's people venting. You understand? Or should we say venting, sorry. Getting out their anger and all these things. But once you do it in a proper manner, you understand? All right. But we need answers at the end of the day, bro. Where is the commander? How we know the commander arrested? How we know the commander under close arrest? What about his couple corporals that he had with him? What about them? It's crazy, bro. No joke.
Me, it was a sacrifice. To me, these fucking listen, I'm sorry to say it, I'm Hindu or Madras or whatever you may want to call it. But these people sacrifice people for what? For wealth? What went wrong? What went wrong? I don't blame these people that burn the whole of fucking Guyana for whatever happened today. something you guys don't get, Something you guys don't get. You guys gonna be like, okay, these people burning these places, they stealing stuff, they taking this, they taking that. I don't blame the people them one fucking bit. For whatever happened today, I don't blame them. I was happy for whatever happened today. But let me ask you something. This hotel, double day or whatever, day or whatever you wanna call it. So much people die in this place. How come the owner or his sons, none of them never hold accountable for whatever happened in that hotel?
Now, that's a very brilliant question, guys. This is a very brilliant question. And this is the question that we are asking for a very long time. We've been asking this question over and over and over again. If all of these murder has been taking place in this hotel, in this place, why the father and the son or nobody hasn't been held accountable? Now, I think I heard that it was held accountable sometime. I think is it 2012 murder, I can't remember if it's the young mechanic that they killed. I heard last night, and I got a video to show you a little more, whereby I was doing some research and I heard that the same father and son, or the father at that time, was arrested under Granger regime. Okay? They got arrested under Granger administration when Granger was in power. They were sentenced. Guess what happened? When PPP go back in power, the man was released. Last night I was watching a video. Definitely the person explained that. I'm going to drop the video in a few minutes. Because we's got his sass. We don't come over here and talk fictions. We come and talk facts. The father was arrested before. The father was there, was arrested before, was in jail, but got released under the PPP regime. When PPP take over, he was released quietly. Now tell me what really going on, right? This is why you want to know. Tell me what's really going on. I really want to know. I really want to know. Well, let me continue with what this man is saying.
How come when you have money in Guyana, you can get away with so much things? How come you can run away? I'm talking about the PPP. I'm talking about the PN fucking NC.
I like this man here, sir. I swear. I like how he's reason. He's reason straight up. How much time I tell y'all? How much time I told you guys? Every government official that goes in power, these things is happen. Even if the crime is not as much as it is, or it's supposed to, or it's not supposed to be, I should say, because it's supposed to be more bigger than that. We want crime escalate. Listen me. Every one of these government officials, they have business owners, rich business owners also, that have linkage with these buys. It's not just only PPP. So me sugarcoat. Remember, at the end of the day, I don't depend on politics, I don't trust none of them. I don't care. I might like you, but me trust you. Because I know every one of them that go in power is greed. All them depend is focusing upon the money. And like I said, if PPP, if PNC go in power, The same thing gonna happen. The PNC is gonna pick who they want. They gonna get their specific friend that is in the police force or whoever, who they gonna want to be commander, commissioner, superintendent, assistant commissioner. They have these people. So just like how PPP knock out what Granger people them went in and put in, their people is the same thing if AFC get elected or go in power or APNU. The same thing can happen. Hicken's gotta leave and all who the government that is in power now put in place, they gotta resign. And if AFC, APNU, or whoever go in power, they gonna put their people who they want. Their people now gonna got business owners that is flex with them. Might be some rich boy, might be once you got money. It all comes down to once you got money. That's why people say Guyana is a cowboy country. That's why people be saying that. Because once you have money, anything goes. And that doesn't only specifically stated, or should we say, point to PPP people, no, the PPP government. That happen all the time I living in Guyana, that been happening. Once you got money, you get away with certain things. I told you guys, if your license take 10 days, you got money, you get your license in 2 days. You go to the hospital and this thing until you pay a little money, you get it faster. You got the passport office. Them tell you about a week you got to take for get your passport. And here you pass a nice still 10 grand, 15 grand or something, 20 grand. You get your passport in 2 days. These are the things that is happening all the time in Guyana. That's why poor people don't have no say when it comes to certain things. Because the rich and the upper class have more privilege than the lower class. And it is supposed to be the car always one. That's why we say one people, one nation, one destiny is a one. So the real thing he's saying, once you got money, and it don't only go for PPP, it go for every one of them. Once you got money, this is how this thing is set. Once you got money, straight, no lie.
How come you can get away with so much things without no consequence? The one thing about the police system in Guyana, well, from a donkey year now, if they stop you on the road and you give them some money and you have one fucking trunk load or you have a dead body in your car and you give them a bunch of money, they will let you go free. That's why the country would never be better. Let me tell you one thing, and listen to me for a second. I would never go back to Guyana to live. To me, it was a sacrifice. To me,
There's the only fucked up part. You know what I mean? I don't like when people is saying that. I hate people saying that. I telling you, I hate. I'm literally against people saying that bullshit, but I ain't going back to Guyana for living. I ain't going. Why y'all keep blaming Guyana? Guyana don't have no problem. Is the people them that running the faking country right now is what got the place like how it is, bro? Stop with this foolishness, but I would never go back to Guyana. Why you won't go back to Guyana? Guyana crime rate is not high. So, well, we got to say not so high for you to be fearful of your life. Look, I think it's last night or yesterday in my life, and some Jamaicans was on the live, and them man say, yo, Jamaican worse. The only reason and the only way I wouldn't go back to Guyana is if Guyana get like Iraq, if Guyana get like South Iran, you understand? And them place there, whereby you wake up every day, people getting left and right more, then me going back to Guyana. But he allows with his foolishness, but I would never go back to Guyana, and I would like if Guyana got a problem. Guyana ain't got a problem, is the people them who running Guyana got the problem. Y'all ain't real, y'all ain't get up. They ain't got nothing could make I don't go back to my country. Like I said, the only way I won't go back to my country is if it turn like that. Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and them place there. Then me going back to my country. Because of course me want to go for dead. But I would never ever say me going back to my country for what? Once you get rid of the disease, you get rid of the problem. What them say in the Bible also, them say if your right hand affecting you, what you do? If your right hand affecting you, what do you do? Not chop it off. So if we chop off the source that is causing the problem, don't you think the country is going to be better? Guyana is a nice country. The only thing with Guyana is the injustice that we have. It's the injustice that we have. I feel that's the issue with me. You understand? It's just the justice system. You got to right kings of light. You must remember the people vote for the politician that do these evil things. When you vote, you are also responsible for the sins for those in power. People are also guilty. Simple. We don't even know if the election was rigged. We don't even know if the election was rigged. El Shafaya, welcome down to the show. That's true. Guyana is the island. It's the people living in Guyana island. All right, let me just educate you a little bit. Fire. Guyana is not an island. Guyana is a country. We are not an island. On a live drive, you got calling if you want reason. No, I hate when people doing though. It's right, man. Guyana is not an island. Guyana is a country. 83,000 square miles. That's Guyana. 10 regions. All right? Because I know a lot of persons think Guyana is the island, but I'm just educating you that Guyana is not a island. It's a country. Fire said the people think that it would better, but sometimes people say things just to get in power. We know that, and by now, every single body supposed to know that. That's how the politicians, that's how politics stay. That's how politics stay. They come and they sell you all the dreams, and then guess what? When they reach in there, it's a different story. You understand? Hold on there. And to share some number there. Side man. Real thing. JJ said right now, a lot of countries are very corporate, what? Corrupt men, not just Guyana. That's what I'm saying. We know that. They got a lot of country out there that is corrupt, not only Guyana. Not only Guyana is corrupt, bro. Not only Guyana, just Guyana rich people alike themselves with people, enlighten themselves with people in attorneys, so things so sweep their way, spun their way all the time, so the poor suffer most of the time. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You think Donald Trump got time with poor people? Donald Trump got time with the rich people. You understand? Shout out to Renee. What's up, sweetie? Renee said no justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. You understand? No justice, no peace. Yeah, man, that's the thing go. If I say when I say island, I'm talking about island that makes it a country, the people, but if you just look at the island with no people, it is an island. Okay. Good morning, Melissa. Welcome down. Straight talk, all them politics is the same. Politician is the same. Don't trust none of them. I hate this politics. I hate it. I don't trust it. Me? I don't see what going on, because at the end of the day, you still got to get up and put your fucking muscle. You got to put your wheels to the muscle, or pedal, wherever you say. Pedal to the metal, or wherever you say. These government ain't coming and pay you like bill, you water bill, or your rent. Is you got to find your money. Let me jump into this next video. We got sauces for you guys. You know it go. Now, this is a Jamaican female. And this is what she got to say. I want you to listen, because she make a good point.
So, me I follow up this thing with Adrianna Young. And first things first, what is an endocrinologist doing there? Let me tell you something. You see? All the persons who are involved, because people have a way of making spiritual things look like a medical condition, especially when you're deep in the realms of doing evil and witchcraft. Let me say this, and let me say this very clear. All the persons who were involved in that little girl's murder needs to come forth and confess. You see, especially that commissioner. You see, especially you, that big belly man, where them claim to say, take administrative leave. Listen to me. You can run, but for how long? Because you're going to run and run until them dig out your belly. What you're doing is not right. They conjured up. They hired these people. They hired the people. Brought the person from the US. They conjured up the evidence. They falsify evidence. They tampered with it. I just said it on the live before the results came out, you know. They tampered with the evidence and they confiscated the necessary
Yo, Fire Clan, now see you. Big up yourself, my brother.
and rightful results. And I'm not taking back nothing, allegedly. Because none of you can come after me. Because that's a child. You spilled an innocent blood. Now watch and see if riot now go in a Guyana. Watch and see if everything will move now go burn down. Watch and see, because there's more Guyanese people than the entire police force. Judgment a go rain, man. Riot a go broke, man. Too much idolatry, too much witchcraft, too much filth. The people them tired now. Enough is enough now. Just watch and see, man. And if anyone I want to raise gun off for the people, then remember me telling you, say everyone I want to dead in that. Mark my word. War I go start. Because you're wrong. You shouldn't tamper with the evidence. Me say people are going to lose them life in this. You see, especially the guy with his pants foot were wet. You touch that child. Me say, God, you're not asleep, Father God. Wicked man. Wicked man. And me say not even I'm asleep, you can't come and test me. Because you're evil. I'm know for bloody up with God's word. You're not too wicked. If you touch a baby, if you have an erection off a pitney, me say, mark my word, the war has just begun. The war and the riot has just begun. Because every one of the blood that got spilling at that for what I want to do. And you see the person, the pathologist, will make them buy you out, paid you money, and
You know what I mean? I tell you, the world right now talking, the fucking world. The world is upset right now with this bullshit. And I love how the sisters said it. Now, this is what I say, and I'm saying it again. After this autopsy has been finished by these examiners that they brought in from Barbados or Delaware or wherever, why after the autopsy wasn't there being a chance? Why after the autopsy they did not get a chance to do a personal? You hear me? A personal press conference about what they did, how they did it, what they got, and all these things. Don't you, chat, don't you feel, viewers and subscribers, don't you feel at least people would have feel a little more better? Now, when I see the president and some other person come out and was talking about the scene, I was like, man, what kind of fuckery is this? Why the examiners, them soon as them done them beat out? Was these guys paid off? Why we ain't hear nothing from these guys that came in? Why? We don't want to hear no statement from the government. We don't even trust the government. We want to hear from these people that came in. Why these guys haven't got a chance to do a press conference to inform the public? Because they don't know, so the public working off of whatever answer you give. I give you foolish answer, we going to act fool. Why y'all never get these? Why? I don't know. This is what I want to know. Yeah, man. Big up, Paul. Nothing can stop me from going back to Guyana. Nothing. I would never turn me back on my country. I telling you, the only way I turn me back on my country, like I said and I say it again, is if it turn like Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, and then place war, bombs, shoot out. Then, but then nothing could make I don't return back to Guyana. You mad? People talking about, I would never go back to Guyana and I would never go back there. Try there. I going back. Y'all ain't gotta go back. If y'all ain't want to go back to Guyana, it's fine with y'all. But I just hate when people saying that because they make it look like if it's the country or something. It's not the country, it's whoever running the damn country. All right. Cha God. Yo, it crazy, you know. We soon open the phone lines, guys. We soon open the phone lines. We actually need an hour into the show, so as soon as we pass the hour mark, we're going to take some phone calls so I could hear what you guys definitely have to say. Now, they're saying that they don't want these people them to bury this child as yet. You understand? They don't want them to bury this girl. This girl got to get some more autopsy. But people saying that these same medical examiners, they took certain sample of blood and certain things and they sent it to get testing. Now, I don't know is what really they got to do, but I hear that it's take a little 2 weeks or something like that. Now, listen to this girl, what she got to say. Just a minute. Like up the live for me, guys, please. Like up the live. That's all I need you guys to do. Like the live up for me, please. That's all I need you guys to do. Like up the live. Quick and fast. We soon open the phone lines. So you guys know what's up, alright? Oh shit, bro. Just see you do this thing, man. Alright. Alright, let me watch this video. This video here, sir. I come across it last night with some information. We soon open the phone lines, alright? We soon open the phone lines because I want to hear from some person what they got to say about this whole situation here. We haven't finished, but let me peep this video here, sir. And then after this video, we definitely going to jump into the calls. All right, guys? All right. Work with me. Just a minute. All right. Voila. Let me make sure I set up my scenes. Make sure my scenes is all right. All right, cool. Let's hear this video. This video going to shock you, however y'all going to hear right now. You keep your ears open. Here? All right.
This photograph. Jenna, take a look at this young man. Do you know him? He's supposed to be the owner of the hotel's son, Bola.
Bola, his father, the man has had a stroke, he's ill. So this young fella took over the hotel many years ago. I know this family. I know everything about them. So we'll go, when we get into the program, we'll discuss it more in more detail. So people will have an understanding. The information that I will provide, a lot of people don't know about it. So as we get going, we will talk more about it. That's his wife, by the way.
That's his wife there?
Yes, the woman is his wife, yes.
Oh, okay.
There's another photograph with him. I guess you may have it, with him alone.
No, I don't have that one.
Okay.
So we're going to have to work while my phone uploads because all of the uploads that I did are gone, but that's fine. So you're in region 3, Brother Jenna. That's your region. And Tushin is what, about 20 minutes, 15 minutes away from where you are?
5 minutes.
5 minutes away. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're quite familiar with this, with the environment, with Double Day Hotel. Tell us a little bit about that, please, while this video uploads.
Well, this hotel, it's more or less started out as a guest house. Viewers will remember the Kissing Bridge, which was demolished by Minister Ben some years ago when the PPP was in office during the Ramadan period, I believe. So he demolished the bridge. The bridge was not on the road. It was not interfering with the road, but I don't know. I guess he demolished it because he was in the mood of demolition. So that Kissing Bridge actually is a history of that hotel. I must say that I know this gentleman's father, very good man, very kind, very courteous, and he developed his business in a very small way. I think they used to be rice farmers. His family come from a rice farming family. I know them very well. And it's shocking to know that this fellow got involved in all kinds of criminal activities. You will recall that he was charged, put in prison, and he was in remand for allegedly killing a young boy.
The young mechanic.
The young mechanic, yes. And it's a very confused situation because during the Granger administration, he was charged during that period, and I understand that when the PPP came to office, he was released.
You hear?
I don't have
wow.
the details of that. So he was.
Guys, you heard, I hope you are hearing clearly, you know. This is the credible evidence that I got last and I'm showing to you guys this morning. You hear this big man, the Indian man, knows the boss man for the hotel, first boss, which is his father, but the father died and left he now running the business. Y'all hear? This same hotel Doubleday Hotel owner was locked up under the Granger administration, but was easily released under the PPP administration. Why these man of them like protecting criminals so much, by? These are the things we make, and I keep telling y'all, I know this is always happen, bro. Heaven knows his sergeant was shot Peterson and Linden. If he ain't done there free already on the road. Because they must just show a video he getting handcuffed, he went to court, and he must go and just sit down for 2 weeks. He might sit down for 2 months, and then boom, out. Because this is what the government does. Bro, you gotta be real in life, bro. We need governments that is real. Keep it real, bro. You do crime, you gotta pay your time, bro. That's what law and order is there for. Law, order. You gotta follow law and you gotta follow the order of the law. If you violate both, it's jail. You have to be whole accountable. You see it, man? But under this administration, I guess, or is because Guyana is a cowboy country whereby if you got money, certain things slide, and this we got for bond. We gotta get a government in power for bond the money thing. And here the man just now said the video I went playing, the man say you could got a dead body in the back of your car. You passing the roadblock and you give everybody a $5,000. You're gone free. Them ain't even got time searching you faking vehicle. Now we continue hearing this.
He was charged. He was supposed to be put on trial. He was on remand for many years, and then he was released very quietly and came back into life. So
there's another situation. Sorry, there's another matter involving another young man who they claim just drowned. So it's 3 situations that we have on the table.
More than 3.
Well, more than 3. Another one said, well, I don't really pay attention to many things that are just accusations without a police report, because somebody tried to kill me, I'll go to the police ashore. Back then, I would have gone and said, well, these people tried to kill me. So I'm not paying very close attention to many things that people are saying, or that would not dismiss them. But the cases that came before law enforcement that were being dealt with, that should have been investigated, and had it not been for this Adrianna Young situation, I don't believe that this would have stopped, honestly speaking.
That's true.
When I show you this, Adrianna.
When we get into it, you'll understand. People will understand why.
Let me show them this right here.
People will understand why they burnt down those buildings.
Well, give me a second.
We will come to that.
Yes, let me show this.
Now there's the commander bending over and telling the mother that, oh, we got footage of your daughter jumping in the car. Here everybody says, show me the footage. Let me see it now. He can't even pull out the phone. Where you see this footage?
Right there. Let's see the video. Show it to the media right there. Show it to the media right there. Show it to the media right there. Show it to the media right there.
So, Jenna.
The policeman there is the man called Khalid Mandal. Khalid Mandal. His grandfather. There's a bit of history, so that we set the scene for what the reasons why this thing is highly political, and there's no other explanation that anybody can give. And I'll make the links. Mr. Mandal.
Well, 1 second. In that video, we saw where that assistant. Let's on this broadcast. Let's be clear about certain terminology. This man is the assistant, one of the assistant commissioners of police. He's not just he's not an inspector. He's not a superintendent. He is an assistant commissioner of police, the head of Region 3's police division. And this man.
Let me correct you. He's not
Go ahead.
assistant. Here goes the politics. He is not the assistant commissioner. He is the commissioner.
An assistant. No, Mandal is not commissioner.
He was promoted. He was assistant commissioner.
No, commander.
commander.
No, hold on. Right.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's an assistant commissioner. His rank in the police force,
So
he's an assistant commissioner who's the commander of Region 3.
Okay, but
Right.
let's track back a little bit and see how he rose to that position.
Mm.
When he was, I know him well. As I said to you, the little boy used to come to our house. His grandfather is related to my mother, so I know the family, the Mandel family. I used to go to school with his father, and when I rang his father 2 days ago to speak to him, he doesn't have a cell phone. He was in a very nervous state, so I did continue to talk to him. I said, I'll go and come and see him. But he was the assistant commander at Lenora, and I went to see him in connection with two matters that has to do two incidents that I had to report to him about. And he calls me uncle, so that's the relationship that I have with him. And he was then transferred to Diamond, and then he was then promoted. I don't know, you're saying, did he jump from assistant commander or deputy commander to assistant commissioner of police?
Yes. Look. I'll show the people the evidence we're dealing with here. Because remember that Mr. Paul Slow would have been the chairman of the Police Service Commission.
That's correct.
We know that the role of the Police Service Commission is to recommend ranks of promotion and also to essentially guide the president and the official leader of the opposition in reference to decision makers who should be the commissioner and so on.
That's correct.
Air Finale terminated, wrongfully so, Paul Slow and Conway and these people.
That's true.
So that he could have his people he wants promoted, because Slow said he was called by Ali to say, listen, what happened to this person, what happened to this person, he made suggestions. There are a pool of them who Slow said were totally disqualified based on their conduct. But they still got promoted. Look at this evidence here, Jenna. Now, your eyes may not be as good as mine, so let me read it for you. Finally, Admin Sheff's decision has been made. Look at this. Has been taken, today's date, Friday, April 25th, to reassign Assistant Commissioner, Commander of Regional Division 3, Khalid Mandal. This is Hicken who said this. So imagine he's now at the rank of Assistant Commissioner and Commander of the Regional Commander for Region 3, for Division number 3. So Khalid is not an ordinary fish in the pond. And this commander, who is also an Assistant Police Commissioner, did this. That's the man. So Hicken cannot make a mistake as to about the rank regarding Mandel.
So we explain this. There are 5 assistant commissioner of police, just like you have 5 vice presidents.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So any of these 5 commissioner of police could be chosen to be the next commissioner of police.
Well, they should be an assistant, then they be deputy, I think it'd be. Or is it? I have to check back the rank of the police force.
No, they have 5 assistant commissioners.
Assistant.
Right, and each of them has a particular portfolio where they're responsible for different things. That was done during the Granger period. So there's that pool that they pull from to appoint a commissioner of police. The president actually pulls from there because he has the authority under the Constitution. Then it consultation with the opposition leader, as you know.
Sorry.
And if there's a disagreement, then the person is appointed but not full commissioner. He still remains acting commissioner of police, as the current one is. So it's
Clifton Hicken has been confirmed.
Yes.
Contrary to what was acceptable after his age of retirement. He became confirmed.
That's correct. That is one of the many things we have to change in this country.
Phone lines soon open, guys. After this video, we're going to be opening the phone lines. Let me hear what you guys have to say.
Where the politicians appoint policemen to positions of authority. That needs to be changed in the Constitution to allow professionals to actually appoint a commissioner of police based on merit and all the rest of the thing that goes with it, and not appointed by the president or endorsed by the opposition leader. That's one thing needs to be changed in the country. But coming back to the question,
Jenna, if I may, just a correction, because I want to be clear tonight. I know there are 5 deputy commissioners of police. Because what they do, okay, so let's be clear. Because I thought McBean is a deputy commissioner. McBean, for example, can be chosen if Hicken goes to be the commissioner. The assistant commissioners normally now, I think they be the commanders or regional heads. More often than not. But you've got the commissioner, you have deputy commissioners. Then we've got the assistants. Now I'm saying that in his rank, this man, let's just go stick to it here. This man, Khalid Mandal, leaned over and told the mother, he has video footage, come let's go see. Imagine that an assistant commissioner of police knows the truth. Then when the people dismissed that, he said, okay, look, you'll find any three people to go in. Find three. Because you could see now he's trying to cover something up. That's why I wanted to focus on speak to Jinna. This man is in your region. 5 minutes.
Crazy. That's crazy. So we're ready to show you at the end of the day, viewers and subscribers. Something ain't fishy. Something got to fishy. At the end of the day, this is fishiness. You understand? We're going to open the phone lines now. Let me take some calls. Definitely. Let me hear what you guys have to say, you know what I mean, about this. Because so far you guys heard what you heard. You understand? And I'm vexed I didn't get the whole of the live by car. I would have loved to hear what the big man really said. You know what I mean? But we're going to open the phone lines now. Let's get to hear what some people got to say, bro. All right. Hello, good morning. You're live.
Good morning. What's going on, brother? How you doing tonight?
Turn on your TV for me, please.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
Everything bless, my brother. Where's you take on this here, sir?
My take is simple. The evidence is out there. Like, let me tell you, this case is an easy case if they want to really solve it.
Real thing.
This case is easy. And I always been saying, social media is going to bring them to their fucking knees, excuse my language.
Yeah, man.
Social media going to cripple them. Like, how can you go against the fucking evidence? Are you stupid?
That's what I'm saying.
I said the whole world is seeing this, bro. They're making Guyana thing look like a cartoon situation.
Real
it's
talk.
like we in bedrock with the Flintstones and them. You can have all that evidence. The evidence is clear. Look at the evidence.
Real thing,
Look at
bro.
the evidence. The evidence show clearly who started the fire at the hotel. The evidence show clearly a man was there with half of his jeans wet, his fucking sneakers soaking with water. Like, what more do you need? The evidence, you just put the video, the evidence show clear. A big lying police. Bro, let me tell you, I'm not shocked. I know Guyana police been on this for a long ass time, but right now they're in a terrible position. The evidence is clear. Now, I heard the president go on his little press briefing or whatever and said the person they get the information from was a civilian. Name that fucking civilian. Name that civilian that working in your place that could give the commander that information that he could go to the family telling them, yo, look in my phone. I got a video. Come see this. Come see this. Like, what you mean, bro? Who they think they're dealing with? Bro, a 5-year-old kid could start this situation.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That's
the same thing I'm saying. That's the same thing. A
5-year-old kid. Now, you got the president having a press briefing, giving information to pathologists. How you know she was not forcibly drowned? Who the fuck? How did you derive at that? I wouldn't even call you Mr. President no more. I got to call you Ali.
Real thing.
How did you derive at that information, Ali? Where did you get that from? Tell me. Because I was expecting to see a press briefing or something from the pathologist who was there.
Yes.
But let me tell you something. And I can't sugarcoat the way I feel about shit because I'm following this thing from the start. Even the lawyer looked shaken. He was shook. Whatever was said in that meeting that they had with the fucking government, that's why I was one person who was advocating. When you say independence, it has to be away from the government. The government didn't have to pay for it or nothing. Do a GoFundMe. We can pay the pathologists. That's simple. Easy. The world is watching. We could raise that money and pay a pathologist. Like, what do you mean? What happened in that meeting? You think I'm going to trust a lawyer?
Mm-hmm.
to tell me what happened in that meeting.
I telling you.
Lawyers is defend fucking criminals and killers.
I tell for real
You
thing.
think I'm gonna believe a lawyer's story? I don't give a fuck how people say this guy is a great lawyer and a good lawyer. I don't want to hear that shit.
Real thing, bro. Real thing.
I don't want to hear that shit. What I want to know is the time of death. That's what I want to know.
This we want to
But
know.
they're hiding from the people. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, bro? The evidence is clear. The evidence is out there, bro. The government is trying to cover up, but how you gonna cover up something with all? Yo, you see how much holes in your cover?
This is what he's saying.
It's like you put up a tarpaulin and to block the rain, and this shit got 100 holes at the top. Like, you still gonna get wet? This government got to come down now.
Got to come down
now.
Real thing.
Come down now.
Come
Shut
down,
up.
man. Real thing, man. Straight, my brother.
Yo, this thing vexed me to the core of my existence, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I am so upset with this situation because the government is not helping. Let me tell you what's going on. And a lot of our Indian brothers and sisters, they need to research India. You see, India have a caste system. Some of our Indian brothers and sisters who behaving with all this racist rant and shit, I've been seeing them in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
You go to India, bro, your job is to clean the toilet. Straight up, because you in that class. You ever heard Anil Nandlal say all these things you have to research and know.
Real thing.
You have to know these class system. But he's not a country because he go to India. His job too is to clean the bathrooms.
It's
But it's a sad situation, bro.
You, bro.
And I'm so
yeah,
disappointed, but I'm not surprised.
That's it.
I am more surprised that so many people involved because this shit looks so big right now. It looks so big right now. It looked like all the heads is who is part of this thing.
That's why he's
and
saying.
You see the game Barra Jagdio playing them good cop, bad cop. He send all the out to talk some bullshit. Then he come saying like, we need a thorough investigation. By who or by whom?
Yeah.
How can we have a thorough investigation by the cat who is looking at the milk? That's the most absurd stupidness I ever heard. How could we have a proper investigation in Guyana with the police after what they did? How?
Crazy.
I'm not going to put a blanket on it and say all the police are terrible.
No.
But I'm going to say most of the police in the hierarchy who give the orders to these little idiots down at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to call them idiots because you know why? Because I know. I know about going to the Guyana police station and these motherfuckers can't even write a report. You gotta write your own report.
I tell you, Scone.
How are they qualified to be a police? In Guyana, wait, as long as you could shoot, you could be a police.
Like
you ain't gotta have no kind of smarts.
Like his door.
None?
Yeah, like his door. You know what I mean?
You go to places like Trinidad and stuff, police have to have at least 5, 6 CXC subjects, maybe more now.
Watch door.
In Guyana, you just went to Sunday school and you become a police.
Yeah, it's just
you ain't even went primary school, you just went Sunday school some Sundays and you could be a police.
I tell you, fuckery.
And then you ready to bust your gun at the people who paying you.
I tell you.
Taxpayers pay you, Mr. Officer. You shooting your bosses down? Are you so stupid to take orders to go against your family and your friends? Huh? Yo, this thing disgusts me to the core of my existence, bro. I'm telling you. And it's not just me. I'm sure a whole lot of other people share my sentiments.
Yeah, man.
And then you got a lot of these little pussy, I'ma call them. I could be a little explicit on your life, right?
Yeah, man.
They hide him behind, they ain't got no name or no face. I say, if he's a real man or a real woman, come out with your real self and comment, motherfucker. Don't hide. Be real with your shit. Because we out here real. This ain't no fake shit right now. This is real shit. We out here real. Come out with your real self. Don't hide behind a fucking fake name and a fake this. Nah, come out. Come out, let me see who you is. What do you mean? What happened? Why you not hearing from Critic no more?
I telling
The
you.
first guy who had the video.
Yeah.
Why you not hearing from him no more? You know why? I could tell you why.
I know good. Hey, there's a fucking
No. I want you to say why, and I'm gonna answer. I could tell you why.
You go ahead.
No, respond by why.
Yeah, because he and them man is friend.
Other than he and that man his friend, I said the whole thing popped down. Let me tell you.
Right.
Look at the math. Let me show you this. Really good with maths. Boom. Critic went the night before to show you that the girl was not in that pool, right? We all see that, right?
Right.
Good. They arrested the taxi driver of that car 6 something that morning, or before 6 or around 6, something like that morning, right?
I telling you.
Right?
Right.
Good. But they could not get the body out to dump it on the highway or dump it somewhere and then charge that guy for murder, right? Because the people would not move. The people stand their ground, right? Any false move, they would have got turned over. So what? As the crowd start to build, they start to panic. They start to panic. And remember, they ain't bright. They just get money because of their affiliation and how they align themselves. It's not like they're bright. And they dumped the girl in the pool. You see? It's a simple situation. I don't know, a 5-year-old could solve that problem.
Real thing,
but when you are the president of a republic, of the republic, things, it shows me that the citizens of Guyana is in grave danger.
I tell you, Scott.
You now see what a dictatorship is. So I'm telling you, if they don't make that government come down, and I want to bet my money, you see when that government come down, a lot of them going to be arrested for different money laundering and different fraudulent dealings. Hold on, it's just time. It's just time. It's just time, my brother. And my take on the whole situation, like I said, do not bury that girl so soon. Let's have another opinion. Let's have another opinion. Because I'm hearing a lot of things that the guys observed was not even able to be reported on.
Yeah.
The video, the evidence is out there. The evidence is clear, my brother.
Telling you, it's going by.
The evidence is clear, bro. So that's my take on the situation. Brother. They gotta come down now. Fire Clan in the building.
Respect, my brother. Thanks for forwarding. Yeah, man.
Bless
I'm telling you, boy. Yeah, man. There's my brother Fire Clan. And definitely said it definitely proper, because the same thing I'm saying, bro. And at the end of the day, whether they twist it or turn it, because I see, I forget this one from AFC or APNU, this Indian one, I forget his wee name. Made a video saying, of course when I watch the video, I ain't even share it on my page that I could show it, because I don't like it. Saying that people shouldn't blame the government, and people shouldn't blame Hickens. Why we shouldn't blame them? You hear what the man just now say? You hear what Fire Clan just now say? A 5-year-old baby could solve this case. A 5-year-old baby. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Wait a minute. Just a minute, guys. Oh, God. They're in a bad situation here, so I gotta go and put my daughter down. Hold on. Give me 1 minute. All right, back with you. Jaja. Yeah, you know when you're a family man, you know the thing go. Yeah, but like I was saying a while ago, you know what I mean? People saying that you don't blame the government and all these things, but we're one we for do at the end of the day. If all of these things showing you clearly that the government have to know what's going on with this situation here. It's clearly showing the clean, like driver just now said, a 5-year-old could crack this case open. The evidence are right there. One more investigation, otherwise than the autopsy of the body, one more investigation y'all want to make. Y'all and see all these things with up on social media, all these pictures, all these posts. Go arrest the manager, arrest the employees, them. Hold on on the bars, the son. With them there. How we know that they are locked up? Y'all could lie to we. Y'all could just selling we dreams. Listen to this female here so with what she said. And tell me if she makes sense with what she's saying.
The pathology report is in, but the toxicology report takes about another 30 days. And I don't know. I have questions. Who picked these people up from the airport? Where did they stay? Did they have any contact with the president? Is the president being paid off? It's just a lot of questions. I understand that they have to do, they have to test the fluids to see what it is, whether it's fresh or pool water. I know those things have to be done. Toxicology report has to be done. The time of unaliving has to be figured out in all of these things. It's very difficult for me because I'm in America and I'm not there, and I have no ties or contacts in Guyana, so I'm having to do a lot of work. So please, if you are family of Adrianna Young's family and you can prove it, and because I'm all about honesty and transparency. I'm not on here to help boost somebody else's page. No, this is serious activism work for me. But yeah, if somebody could pass this along, because I'm still disturbed. Until we get down to the bottom of what truly happened, I'm going to be disturbed. This is going to be in my head for a very long time, probably for the rest of my life. I will never forget this at all.
And then don't only go for you, my sister. They go for everybody. That goes for everybody. That is gonna live in our memories until we die. Somebody might even write a book. Don't be surprised if somebody write a book about the situation. JJ says, so if he had video footage, why would he show it? Why won't he show it? That's what, because he was lying, JJ. He was lying. A big commander, big assistant commander or deputy or whatever, commissioner on all these things. Why would you do that? Isn't that a serious conspiracy? Now, Hickens is supposed to, right away, he's supposed to get knocked off or lock up or something. Because you was there, you know what's going on all the fucking time. You know what's going on, big boy. Phone lines are open, guys. Phone lines are open. Let me know what's your thoughts. The number is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, 347-801-6231. 2 minute a call, all right? Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Yes, brother. Where you calling us from?
New York.
All right, brother. Go ahead. What's your take on this?
I think the examiners has left us in a funk by not doing a press conference. And we have to go back to Assistant Commissioner McBean. Let's remember, McBean came down and told the protesters or the gathering that they are afraid. Afraid of what? You are in a building, in a room, and you are afraid of protesters outside. Okay? Because the nitty questions we are asking ourselves right now, those examiners would have to answer those questions at the press conference. And it would have cleared the air of a lot of problems. Number two, did any family representative accompany that body to Balwat Singh or wherever hospital it had to go before the examiners did what they had to do?
I doubt whether though.
I guess not. Okay? So these are the problem. It's a clear, open case. Number three, a point I want to think, I would have expected by now some Hindu priest would have come on your show to explain this situation. Because 4 years ago, I did an in-depth study about reincarnation.
Okay.
And sacrifices are embedded in that thing because with reincarnation, with certain sects within the Hindu religion, you do not have to apologize to anybody or ask for forgiveness because according to the reincarnation sector, you would come back. So there is no apology for nothing, nor no transgression. Okay, and it says right in there, a virgin is being sacrificed by strangulation and drowning.
Wow.
Do the research. That's why these Hindu priests and all of them are silent. Even the Hindu population, they are silent because they know. And it's only in 1987, in the early 1980s, India abolished human sacrifice. But sects are still doing it. That's why when they are caught now in India, they are being punished. So this is where we at. Okay? It's very serious.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, man.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, brother. 2 minute a call, guys. 2 minute a call. The phone lines are open. Turn down your devices that you're listening the live from. 2 minute a call. Phone lines are definitely open at this moment here, right? 347-801-6231. The number is on the bottom of the screen scrolling. Definitely call in. Let me hear what's your take on this. Hello, good morning. Where are you calling us from?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Calling from New York, Brooklyn.
Okay, sweetie. What's your take on this?
I just want the commandant to tell you who was the two person may be called. It's his friend, the hotel owner. The hotel owner, Mr. Indar, his best friend. Make that call to tell him stand down. Thank you.
Thank you very much. What? Y'all hear the exclusive. Why you think this is Let's Start the Things TV YouTube channel? Because over here, so don't forget to talk the things. You hear what the woman just now said there? 347-801-6231. 347. You understand? 347-801-6231. Sorry. Yeah, driver, what's going on there?
I am sorry, but I wanted to remind all the viewers that do we know that Hickens have a very shady background? And he's the acting commissioner? Do you know Hickens' background very shady and dark? Hickens is a scripthead in uniform. Yeah, that's my take.
All right, my brother. Hello, good morning. Channel Star. Phone lines open, guys. Yo, I'm telling you, it's a normal over here, so. It ain't normal. This thing here is so very, very, very sticky and everybody could see it. Everybody could see what's really going on at this moment here, so. You know what I mean? But still we saying that too, you know what I mean? I don't know. People saying that was some samples and them thing gone for do more testing. So obviously she could go down. You know what? Oh God, I just want this girl rest in peace, me case, and this over with because I could tell you, you know what I mean. Although she dead, she's still going through a torment with this back and forth and back and all these things. You know what I mean. So, hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Yes, good morning. How you doing? New York.
All right, my brother, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, let me start off by telling you this here. Nigel Hughes yesterday when they had the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know, my brother, in 2025, as we live in today,
Mm-hmm.
that Guyana does not have the basic facility to conduct a proper autopsy?
Okay.
No, I say that to let you know this is 2025.
Okay.
Here you have these highly certified pathologists coming to Guyana to do a service, but they're not working on the conditions. We're not comparing Guyana with America. We're comparing Guyana with, say, Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad. These people have the basic amenities. Do you know before the body was put into Ezekiel Funeral Home, put in the freezer at Ezekiel Funeral Home, the body is supposed to be scanned. Okay?
Right.
No. The body is supposed to be scanned, meaning that when you take the body out of the pool, before you put it into the freezer, because just common sense again, if you take regular food and you put regular food from room temperature and you put regular food in the freezer, if you take a thermometer, say 10 hours later, the temperature of that food definitely is going to be different than if it's at room temperature.
Of course,
means,
yeah.
okay, so that means certain conditions that you would find before you put it into the freezer would be different. So in Guyana's case, the body was supposed to be scanned, a CT scan, because the organs in the body after the body dies is going to be different at room temperature than if you put it inside of the freezer. The people need to understand. The father swims in the river. The father taught his daughter to swim. So people need to understand too that this little girl knew how to swim. So when they come up with the stuff that she drowned in the pool, that's a novice. A person that doesn't know how to swim, this is a pool. This is not a place like open water. You're swimming in a river, you're swimming in the ocean that has currents. You're swimming in a pool. The little girl knew how to swim. This is not someone that doesn't know how to swim. So people need to divorce themselves about this stuff about a little girl drowning in the pool. The girl knew how to swim. The father swims in the river. He taught his little daughter to swim.
Straight up.
Okay?
Yeah,
divorce yourself out of these foolishness. Now, someone is talking about how could a pathologist be scared? These people are leaving the United States of America to come to Guyana to do an autopsy. Who the hell do you think could work on the gunshots being fired outside? Anyone would be scared. When you look at both of those pathologists as they're walking to brief the parents, you can see the fear in these people's eyes when the people were shouting to them. So come on, it's common sense, my people. The people at Georgetown Hospital, the patients in Georgetown Hospital, you elderly person, you're sitting there with all these salines and all these apparatus, a woman trying to give birth or whatever, you hear high-powered rifles being fired outside, you scared. This is a hospital. It's not supposed to be like that there. So people, just think for a second. You cannot perform effectively. I'm not saying the results are going to be flayed, but you working under what's called duress. You working under extreme stress because outside the people expecting a result, and you the person that's doing something to give the people the result, and you're hearing gunshots, you're hearing people screaming at the loudest voice at you. Come on, people. These people came in to do a service, and what a lot of people are getting tied up on is because the pathologist said she drowned. That is nothing, people. That is when they give you a death certificate, cause of death, drowning.
That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean the people at the hotel are innocent.
Real
That just
talk.
means
That's
the child was drowned.
I told them that.
But what happened is a lot of our people, like 70% of the energy, 70% of the air was taken out of this case because a lot of people that don't really think, because the pathologist says she drunk, automatically they figure like, okay, the kid drowned in the pool, that's it, case closed. No, the pathologist is not there to tell you the manner. It's up to the police. People, listen to what I'm saying. There's a cause and there's a manner.
Yeah.
The cause is what the death certificate is going to say. Cause of death, drowning. Meaning you could drown in a pool.
Right. Is the manner how you die.
Someone could take a cup of water and throw it down, your
that.
nostrils and drown you. So people don't, but a lot of our people, they're not thinking, or a lot of people, it's sad to say, but a lot of them are not that smart. And they're allowing just the mere fact of drowning, they're taking that to mean that, that the kid drowned accidentally, and that's it, the case is closed. The hotel people are vindicated. The hotel people are innocent. No, the police now have to come in and determine the manner. M-A-N-N-E-R. There's a difference, people, between the cause and the manner. And a lot of our people are getting tied up on the cause. The cause just says drowning. You could jump off a 6-story building and you could catch a heart attack before you hit the ground. Everyone looked at it and said, hey, but he jumped off the building, so he must have died when he hit the ground. But no, if your heart goes into cardiac arrest and you get a heart attack before you hit the ground, when the autopsy is doing the report and they check your heart or whatever, they can see your heart went into cardiac arrest. So your death certificate is going to say cause of death, heart attack. It's not going to say you jumping off a building and you hit the ground. You were already dead before you hit the ground. A lot of our people are getting tied up because this stuff here, man, is reading comprehension. And a lot of our people are suffering from what's called reading comprehension. When the family is going to get the official death certificate of that little child, cause of death, that's what the pathologist is saying. The pathologist is telling you, hey, we did our work. Now it's up to you, the police, the investigators, to do your part of the work.
Correct is right.
They did the samples. They took the toxicology. They took all of our samples, like the fluid that was in the lungs, bile from the liver, all different types of tissues. They took all different samples to send overseas to lab to be tested. Now with those results, now you could try to pin down the time of death based on. Virgil, let me tell you something. It's simple science. Basic science. If you eat food, right? Food takes a certain amount of time to digest, right? Now, if you were supposed to die, and I cut your stomach open, and I see big full rice grains, big full meat or whatever, that there tells me that you died recently. As opposed to if everything is already digested and already turning into liquid, then I could determine where you died a longer time because your food is already processed. But again, our people need to think. Stop allowing stupid people to control you, to guide the narrative. Think, my people. Just use your God-given brain and think for a second. The samples are sent overseas. We have to wait for the results to come back. But I'm telling you, people, you're being failed by the police. The police stopped the people from entering the hotel. The police refused to cordon off that hotel. Anyone could enter that hotel and do whatever they wanted to because the police, they do not care. Okay, they want the crime scene to be tampered with. Nothing happens inside of the hotel or whatever the case is because you cannot discover certain things in that hotel because it's already being damaged. And that's a failure on the public in Guyana. No other police force in the world would allow a place where a kid's body was found and it could be she was murdered there. No police that's worth a grain of salt would allow that hotel to be the way it is today. It's not cordoned off. Any John public person could walk into that place and do whatever the hell they want to do because the Guyana government they're not concerned about protecting that crime scene. The fix is already in. The only thing we as the people have to depend on is the toxicology reports, the report that comes back from the United States, because the Guyana government is doing a disservice to the people. They failed the people and they've always failed the people. This PPP regime needs to go. I kept warning my people, whenever the PPP in power, the people always suffer. From the 1960s, Guyanese people always suffer. Someone mentioned about Hicken. I'm gonna tell you this nugget before I go. When you think of Linda Creek, I don't know if you remember Linda Creek. Linda Creek was the miners that were murdered and burned to death.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw two names out to you. The current police commissioner and the husband of the Minister of Education, Priya Manachan. Priya Manachan. Today, he's the head of the GDF, Omar Khan. Omar Khan. I'm not saying anything, my brother. I'm not saying anything, but I'm going to tell you, Hicken and Omar Khan, case closed. Bye.
Respect.
Take care.
Jaja God. So big up driver, cause driver, I said it a while ago, that Hicken background shady. So we see at the end of the day who really is the people them that the government is selecting to be by his side. Is criminals. Is murderers. We're seeing it clearly. Clearly we're seeing it. No joke. Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Brooklyn.
Yeah, my brother. What you got to say on this?
Yeah, well, this is when the guy said that the commander forget dismiss. I think the commissioner of police cannot dismiss a commander. Neither the president. Although you were key, the commissioner of police could only dismiss from sergeant down.
Okay.
You understand me? But then first of all, the hotel should not have been open that night. They should have been doing no business at all. Something on the phone. You understand me? Because somebody didn't kill at the place, they looking for someone, and the hotel was still doing business.
For truth. For truth.
Everything is just unscrupulous and whatnot. They're in a terrible state here.
I'm telling you, I.
In a terrible, terrible state.
Yeah, my brother. Thank you for
You
following.
understand me? I'm an ex-military man. I was in national service. I was in the police force and whatnot. Yes, I was a prison officer also.
Okay.
And I used to box professionally, so I know everything, you know.
Yeah, Father. All right, thank you for coming through. I'm telling you, boy, yo. I'm telling you, once you cut off the hand that affecting you, you're gonna see you're gonna see your way much better. You're gonna see your way much better. Here what's gonna happen now. We're gonna take like 2 more calls. You understand? We're gonna take 2 more calls and then we're gonna go into this video. Then we're gonna open back the phone lines. All right. All right. Let's see what this person is saying. Hello. Good morning. Where you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling again. I'm from New York.
Okay, my brother.
Just a correction because we have to try to keep the show. Just credible information. Okay.
Yeah, man.
The gentleman just said the police commissioner or whatever cannot, or Hicken or whatever, the president cannot relieve the commander. Did I hear correct?
I think that's what he said indeed.
No, that's incorrect.
Okay.
That's incorrect. The police commissioner is responsible for promotions from a constable up to a sergeant. Okay. The police commissioner make those recommendations for promotions. A constable, a corporal, a sergeant. That's the responsibility of the police commissioner.
Okay.
Once you get above a sergeant, like an inspector, from an inspector and up. Do you know Paul Slow? Okay, well, Paul Slow was the head of the police commission. Okay. Anything over a sergeant, the police commissioner, the police commission is responsible for that there, for promotions. Okay. Then when you get up over a senior superintendent, just let me reiterate it again for people, to make it as simple as possible.
Straight up.
The police commissioner is responsible for promotions from a constable to a sergeant. From an inspector up, Paul Slow and them, when Paul Slow was the president, Paul Slow was responsible for promotions from an inspector all the way up to senior superintendent. Okay? Once you get over the level of a senior superintendent, you become an assistant commissioner of police. There, the president makes promotions because then you become political. Those appointments for promotions are political appointments. The president make those appointments. So the president, Ali, is responsible for the assistant commissioner, the deputy commissioner, and the commissioner. Okay? So don't let people
All
Don't let
right,
people
brother.
tie you up and tell we need credible information. The promotions are made
Big
by
up
these
yourself, my
people.
brother. Yeah, man, for
Okay,
real.
take care.
For real.
Peace.
Yeah, man. I think he called him
Peace.
back. So listen out,
Peace.
fee. I think the guy was calling back. Now, this is a big debate with this is so. Remember, I don't know what's going on, but still, I'm definitely thankful for the little, information you guys are sharing with us so we could really know what really going on from when going on. Now, we have Collins calling back, Mosito. Yes, uncle.
The police service commission does promote people that the commission is sending the name. The commission is sending the name to the police service commission.
Okay.
Yeah. Like Nancy was just telling you.
Driver. Yeah, driver, what's up?
The commission is sending the name to the police service commission for promotion.
Okay.
You understand me? Assistant commissioner, senior superintendent, everything.
All right, uncle.
The commissioner of police is a different something.
Okay. All right. Yeah, driver.
I think they're both saying the same thing because the guy before he said Hickens can't fire the commander. The president have to. And I think they're saying the same thing. So
Okay,
I
so
just
the
wanted to
president,
give that
could
clarity.
fire. Okay.
The president could fire him. Now the commissioner could fire from a sergeant down. But he can't fire going up. The president is his responsibility to fire the people upwards of a sergeant.
Okay.
And you see it clearly, the president is not about that.
Right. Right. Because even
Just
when he
wanted
was
to share that.
thank you, my brother. Even when the president was asked by Reading Garden Mosley, how do he really feel about the commissioner and this whole situation? He didn't even want to give Garden Mosley a proper answer. He was like, just let him work and let the work this and let the work that. This is why something like I just can't take the president who we got, you know what I mean? He's not a straightforward and a man that could speak truth and right. Enough time is lies. If the police force, now, this man will lie about this footage, is assistant commander of Region 3. That's the west side. He runs the west side. Right? All of these men is commander and whoever, it can see the commissioner or wherever. Why this man tell a lie like that to the parents? Knowing that they ain't got no footage with this child. And then the president behaving like this man ain't do something wrong. There's not something wrong that he did, that he's supposed to get fired and lock up. Not fire alone, no. This man can't get fired alone. This man gotta get put in jail because you gotta remember this man was there when this girl was killed. Even if he wasn't there direct when she dead, he was there when she did there. You know what I mean? If he wasn't there when they killed her at the same time, he was there, he saw the body, he knew what went going on. That's why he could have come now and give or try to give the mother and father some kind of statement that we got a footage with your daughter going in the car. Alicia, what's up, girl? You know what I mean? So you trying to tell me this man ain't do something wrong? This man ain't supposed to be held accountable for something? Really? Come on, guys. And then them saying that people shouldn't be pointing fingers at the government. They feel like we just get up just to drive. We get up today and we just want to point at the government. You hear what the brother said from ever since every time PPP go in power, this is the problem them is get. And that's why I keep telling you, I don't come here for talk, don't bother about the PPP. I have no problem with them I mean, I have no issue. I have a problem, and the problem is injustice. That's the only thing I see when these guys are in power. These are the things them that is be going out, getting out of hand. The big boys them is want to do you anything. The police them could kill you, kick woman in them belly. I see some police beat some woman by, and I like, what's can't I really see me by? If you saw them man treating these women by, I know about coming out of Middle Street cause when I first get my daughter, my father say, yo, two bull can't live in a one pen. Me child want to go and rent a place in Middle Street. Every man I come because them time I used to work at Continental Paint Company. Every man I come out, I had me dreads. Them man would terrorize me every morning. Put gun to me ears, head, threaten me and all them things. I like, yo, bro, I'm to you, bye. Them time I wasn't so popular in Guyana. But just telling you, those are the things make I run left Guyana, bro. The murders them when Guyana and these people them they in power. The corruption, the disrespect. If you go into an Indian neighborhood, them disrespect you. I can remember the time I played in an Indian neighborhood. Who tell me for walk to the shop? No black, not Indian neighborhood. Indian and black. It's right on the East Bank. I can't remember with the village name. There's when you just turn on the East Bank on the back road. I forget it's with the village name. Indian village. You understand? I forget it's with the village name. But I play in the village because I got some black friends used to live there. And I gone for buy something at the shop. Just to try this coolie man see me, you black dog. Are you black dog? Are you? I said, sir, we are cussing me about, and you know what I mean? I said, well, watch at this, but this is where it's going on when PPP they're in power. Why? We all is the Ku Klux Klan. We all is the Ku Klux Klan. Me not understand. That's the issue that I always got with the government, bro.
Hey, my friend, can you please echo on that explanation the guy gave with the religious situation, how they abolish it in India, but people still practice it?
I can't even remember what he really said there with that Indian thing for truth. I would go for watch it over because I'm not too equipped with the Indian realms with these things and all, bro. I just get a voice note where a man when telling me that if I could echo, repeat back what the person said about the ritual scene. So the person that called in a while ago and explained the ritual scene about the India or wherever how it is go down and what them is do, you guys could kindly call back in and, you know what I mean, run it back by us again. Let me get to hear because I'm not too much in that realms. But let me jump into this here, sir. With this red mass man, let me hear we hear insane. It's right, man.
Chinese people. Good day. Now, I saw a lot of videos and a lot of pictures circulating with the guy with the red mask. And I know the world and I know all Guyanese want to know who is this guy with the red mask. Some might know, but the majority don't know. I believe some of the family member of Adrianna might know. But the people who are there all night know who's the man with the red mask. Because we were out there all night trying to enter into that building. You are out there all night pleading to the police to carry out a search in that building. And they did not allow us. Now, Guyanese people, tell me this. When someone is lost or missing, the police, if it's the whole village, they come together and the police allow you to search in all the bushes, in all the drains, in all the back dams to find that missing person. What is it so special about that hotel that the police did not allow us to enter that hotel as a team? We begged the police, we plead to the police as a team, as a family, to go into that building and search that building thoroughly that night. Everybody in that building understand when you lost a child or a child is missing. We are all human beings. We ask the police to let us search that building thoroughly to find this child, and they did not allow us. The commander himself was there blocking the door. Everything was going normal. Business was doing, the bar was selling, people were moving around in the building. Everything was going normal as normal business.
And you got to remember, no, you got to remember, this happened when the commander was there. Business still going on as usual, people still traversing and all these things. Fuckery. You understand? Total F-free.
I was sleeping. My wife, when I got up, my wife told me, you know what? Sir Brian, missing his child at the hotel. I turned to her and said, you know what? That is the reason I just tell you never to carry my child at my children at the hotel, because you know why? The hotel got a history about taking life, sacrificing life, and people keep getting away with it all these years. It's been covering up all these years by the police, by the system. Now while we were out there pleading to the police to enter that building to carry out a search for this little baby girl, right? They don't want us to enter the building. The owner of the building, which his son, were in there skinning his teeth. The security them were in there skinning the teeth. The receptionists were in there laughing and enjoying themselves when we were out there moaning and crying and begging and pleading for them to just let us in so that we can search the building. If we didn't find the child, we would feel more satisfied and more pleased that we searched the building and we didn't find the child. Now, when we tell the police that they have to arrest son, or else we're not moving from here, because they're demanding that we move from there all night. They're demanding that we go away from there all night, but we did not move. We keep there all night. We demand that the police arrest son. They come to agreement and said yes, they will arrest son. After taking son to the station, that is after 12 going on to 1, they decided that they would let the women go in the building and search. Women entered the building with a black Afro-Guyanese police officer that claimed that he come from town to take off the shutter of this place, but the place was still not shut off because everybody who was out there that night see that business was going on as normal. The building never shut down. The father of the child, which is Sir Brian, he pleading and telling the police that this is a crime scene, why they don't shut down the building. But everybody ignore us. Okay? I can't run this video too long, so I'm gonna make it short. But this part one.
This part one. All right.
Yes, guy in this speaker. Good day. Now, I saw a lot of videos, a lot of pictures.
Man, isn't it?
Yes, people. This is another video making here. Yes, guys.
Pause it here for a minute. Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Yeah, what's your take on this?
My take on it is like, I lost my son last year at a Rockery Beach, drunk. He drunk last year, June, New York.
Okay, turn on your TV, turn on your television.
My
Turn on your TV for me, please. Turn it on. All right, go ahead now.
Yes,
Yeah, go ahead.
my problem is that by the time I get to the beach, divers is in the water, checking inside the water for my son. The current was so bad I had to pull out. The divers had to pull out to the ocean. And why the police force don't have a dive team to go down the pool and check at the pool right away and discredited? Well, no, it's nobody in there or the body's in there. It's only 8 feet. The deepest part was only 8 feet. So why the police don't check the pool? This is my problem.
Okay, thank you for calling in, sir. Okay. I heard that somebody was in the pool. Family members went into the pool and search. You understand? That's why people are definitely saying that nobody was in the pool. Now, like the caller said earlier, we need to desist from implicating the pool in this discussion because at the end of the day, Adrianna was not in the pool. She did not drown in the pool. Adrianna could swim. It has to be like in the ocean whereby the current is so bad for a person to drown that could swim. This is the only reason. Or if somebody literally drowned you. And remember, not because the caller said about this is definitely factual. You could die by drowning, but not in the river, not in a pool. Water could pour into your nostrils and you could be drowned. And you could drown. So let me desist from, just a minute, caller, hold on a minute. Let me desist from the pool because she did not went in the pool. Next thing, anybody that drowning in a pool or drowning anyway, it takes 1 to 3 minutes before that person literally drowns. So people must see she's fighting up and all these things if she's in the pool drowning. All right? Okay. Anyway, Carla, good morning. Where you calling us from? Turn on your TV for me now. Please turn on your television. All right, go ahead. Hello?
Yes.
Yes,
morning.
my brother. Go ahead. Where you calling us from?
The police shot and arrest some people looting a Chinese store the other night. About 30, about 15, 17 of them. Imagine they don't arrest those people what was looting that Chinese business, pass them through court, and got them on remand. This boy you call son kill somebody, literally kill somebody, but he and his accomplice kill people with the commander was there and saw what took place there, and none of them you can't even see the face yet in the media. Imagine that. When Jack Joe done, Jack Joe same what? Political and political. Jack Joe yourself came out day 4 years in a press conference and said that all his supporters calling him and said they feel shame. What does that tell you? The people knows what is going on, but they're afraid to come out and talk.
Straight up.
This is a criminal movement. We got it from the inception. And I'm glad that it is coming to light now.
Yeah, man.
Because it's not now this thing going on.
No.
Not for the last 5 years this thing going on. This thing's going on from since in the 1960s.
I'm telling you.
Since in the 1960s. These people blow up a whole boat. You ever hear about the Son Chapman incident? Blow up a whole boat with people going to Linden.
Wow.
And they tell you nonsense about this and you thief up go pay what sweetie to put you in jail. Tell me, man.
I'm telling you, Carl.
Everybody crying, all them crying out peace. Where the justice there?
I'm telling you.
Once you don't have justice, you will never get peace. I said the other day on this program, I said, do not be surprised if these jagabats calling people to do the autopsy, and your hear it came out and said they got a plane crash. The girl died from a plane crash.
For real. For real. You did say that for truth.
Well, they say plane crash, but it comes in by the way of drowning. Well, the debris from the plane crash falling in Guyana. The debris from the plane crash falling in Guyana. These people are responsible for numerous deaths in this country. The same Lindo Creek, you want to tell me they don't know what the Lindo Creek cover up. Kill Crummy Ewing, cover up. The 2 boys in Linden, cover up. The GRA man that are killing a bricklayer, cover up. When them water killing, cover up. Satyota killing, cover up.
What you see that?
They think people are fools.
I telling you, what you
Listen,
think people could come and testify
I don't have
about?
education, but I want to tell Nandilal and all of them this. When you see the compound press conference, use a lot of long words and this and that. They are responsible. Most, I want to tell you, and
all right, Carl. Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Yes, sir. Yeah, New York again.
All right, good.
Yeah, man. What a gentleman just said about the Son Chapman. On a previous call, I told you, whenever the PPP are in office, the Guyanese people always suffer. The Son Chapman was in 1964. It was, this is way before they built the Linden Suicide Highway, correct? Okay. But the Son, that was the only way that you could go to Linden from Georgetown was by boat, okay?
Okay.
The PPP packed explosives in the bag of rice or the goods or whatever that were being transferred from Georgetown to Linden. Yes, Brethren, this is Guyanese history.
What?
This is Guyanese history. In 1964, while these people left Georgetown, headed towards Linden, that boat blew up, killed 40-something people. Is this the first time you're hearing about the Son Chapman?
Yeah, this is the first time because I born in the 80s. I didn't know.
No. I wasn't born as yet, but it's history.
Yeah, I wasn't born as yet, night. I didn't hear. Wow. What?
No. Yeah, this is 1964, way before I was born.
Yeah.
It was around the same time we had the disturbances. And those disturbances in Guyana, again, was started when Jagan was in power. Again, it was started by the PPP. During Jack Dale's time,
over 1,400 young black males were murdered. I mean, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that. Okay, were you in Guyana when those guys were let out of jail?
Yeah, it's only 6 years now. I migrated from the country.
You recent, man. You recent here, man. You recent.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. Yeah,
Okay. I used to
been
be.
there. Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I used to visit Guyana 2-3 times a year, man.
Okay.
I used to hang out over there by Alexander and Shell Road. So we used to get all the information, man. So I knew everything about Sean Brown, Dale Moore, Troy Dick. We knew everything that was happening, Virgin. But see what's happening in Guyana? I feel sorry for the black people in Guyana, Virgin. My people, they're not conscious at all, man. They're always used. Here's the situation in Guyana. I'm going to say this publicly. Most of the private security firms, all those private security guards, almost 99.9% of them are owned by Indians. What happens, brother, is that based on the fact that you have a license for private security firm, you have a license to buy what's called firearms. Brethren, if anything kicks off in Guyana, I feel sorry for my black brothers. They're calling themselves scrapeheads or whatever the case is, but scrapeheads are nothing. Scrapeheads, number one, when you call yourself a scrapehead, when you operating on the lower level, a lot of these people big up themselves, to be known as a scrapehead or whatever the case is. But what they're doing unknowingly is that they're setting themselves up to be killed. Because here's the situation: when someone wants to destroy you, they call you the lowest form of life. It's like they dehumanize you. They don't turn you into a human being anymore. What's a scrapehead? I could kill a scrapehead. Who cares about the scrapehead? Because that's how society describes these people. So it's easy for me to kill a scrapehead. When the Americans wanted to kill the Iraqis, they call them sand niggers. Okay? When the Americans want to kill the Vietnamese, they call them goops. You see, the thing is, what they're trying to do, it's just like the N-word over here. What they're trying to do is to dehumanize you. And a lot of our people are not conscious. So they take on this dehumanizing name. But once you take on this dehumanizing name, think about this for a second. If you have an upholding person in society, say is a doctor or a plumber or whatever the case is, once they put in the newspapers, a plumber was shot, it takes on a different angle, as if someone puts in the newspapers, a scrapehead was shot.
Real thing.
Once a scrapehead is dismissed.
Yeah, right away. People see you as nothing, like
exactly. But our people are holding up the scrapehead as if it's something to be glorified.
Straight.
You see, the thing is, man, if you could really talk to our people, Bridget, that's what I told you the first time I called your program. I said, man, I like your style, but the only thing you got to do, you got to equip yourself a little bit better. Do a little bit more research. Spend about an hour before you come to the program. Okay, if you're going to discuss topic XXXX, spend some time on XXX. When someone comes on the program and they're telling you why, you're going to hit them up because you already studied.
Respect. Man, you're right with what you're saying, my brother. Real thing. Straight.
Yeah, and check this out. Over there at the hospital, it's either the Guyanese police are incompetent or things are being done purposely. I'm not a fool, but common sense tells me if I'm a police and I saw what happened over there in Tushan in front of that hotel, why the hell would I not cordon off the Georgetown Public Hospital? I don't really know the coordinates. I know it's Newmarket or Thomason, whatever the case is. But Middle Street, cordon it off.
Yeah, that's what they was to do before.
Don't let anyone come in. These people are allowing things to happen because it's optics. They wanted to play on the international media to show people, look how these black people behave. Because most of the people there were black people and most of them were females. Then I'm looking at this commander, McBean. I think that's his name, McBean. I'm seeing these guys make moves. I'm seeing this guy on his phone over and over again. Sometimes he looks angry, sometimes he looks anguished or whatever, but he's receiving orders from the puppet master of how this stuff is supposed to play out. It was supposed to play out where the doctor is visiting, was supposed to hear gunshots. It was supposed to play out like that. But one scenario that made me realize this stuff is theatrics. One time, I don't really know the coordinates, man. Say, for example, Thomas Street and Newmarket Street, if that's possible, right? But what I saw was a group of TSU police guys in khaki clothes, right? About a dozen of them. And across the street, they have these young guys throwing like rocks and whatever at them. Now, I'm thinking, now, wait a minute.
It's either the Guyanese police, they don't know tactics 101, they don't know how to fight 101, because what I'm seeing is that the police are engaging with these people, but the police could see the position of where these rocks are coming from. Now, common sense would tell any police that's worth a grain of salt. If I'm standing at Newmarket and Thomas Street, I'm just making this up, right?
Right,
And I'm
I know.
saying, and I could see you. Brethren, it's something simple called back up. Back up. Be on the. Say, for instance, these guys weren't throwing stones. Say, for instance, these guys were actually shooting at the police. But the police could see their position. So if I could see your position, I could call back up. I'm on the fire. So you're going to tell the backup team where to go to encircle these guys.
Right.
Brethren, for more than a half an hour, I'm seeing this comedy show. And I'm thinking to myself, listen to me. God gave me a brain, and I could think that there is theatrics. That there is not real, but brethren. A lot of these guys throwing the stones, they're paid by the PPP. The PPP get up these scrapeheads, they pick them up from All Boyston or Tiger Bay or whatever, to give them a plate of food, to give them some money. It's all theatrics, brethren. It's all theatrics.
I telling you, bro.
Don't be fooled. Everything that's going on with this missing girl is theatrics. If the guy said a 5-year-old could solve it, because it's plain to see. It's plain to see. But it's a disservice what's happening with the Guyanese people, man. The Guyanese people are receiving a disservice from the government, from the police. They all need to go, brethren. Last thing I'm going to say before I leave. Sheriff security has more high-powered and modern weapons than the Guyana police force. Wow. Those people at sheriff security, brethren, they're the ones that are running the show. They're the ones that were lighting the fires, brethren. It's a lot I want to tell you, man, but
it's crazy.
I don't want to talk too much, man. I want to leave it up to someone else.
It's always a pleasure when you're forward, though. It's always a pleasure, my brother.
But brethren, pull the wool from out of your eyes, man. The people are being confused. I'm not a fool. The police cannot be engaging people that they could see their positions and not call for backup. Any police in the world would do that, except in Guyana. So that tells me it's a performance. It's a performance that's happening there, brethren. Take care. Peace.
Hey, Ivan, I think it's Ivan in name. It's always a pleasure when he calls in, man. Yo, I ain't going to tell no lies. Always a pleasure when he calls in. You know what I mean? Okay, Middle and Thomas. Well, the guy said he ain't really think, but he does give me a thing, you know? But he definitely got a point with what he's saying, you know what I mean? Because obviously, I don't really know how these rocks started to throw, and I don't even know how the officers them reached there, because these people them was at the front of the gate of the hospital all morning. The same thing they was doing all morning, just protesting. We want justice. We want justice. When did the medical examiners really felt fearful for their life? Is when the Guyana police force started to shoot. Now, if they know to themselves, and I'm talking about not only the Guyana police force, but from the head, know that this could cause a kind of traumatizement with the autopsy. You understand? And these guys that are doing the autopsy, they're supposed to say, well, all right, what's going on? Y'all don't use no gun and them kind of thing. Where is it they got? You understand? I think I got to watch back the video. I think I got it on my page. I don't know. I don't want to show it because I don't want to get copy strike or copy claim, sorry. But I don't know why these people them start, if it was the police fault or it was the citizens them that make the police started to shoot. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, my brother. Blessing.
Yes, my brother. What's your take?
Yes, I'm watching right now. The young man speak about Sun Trapman. I'm from the area. I was born where Sun Trapman was blown up.
Okay.
Sun Trapman was blown up right in my village. Right, I'm from the river. I'm from the Lower Demrara River. And I can testify to that. That lunch there, it was blown up in Wisdom Market, but the lunch stopped at the grant and delayed.
Okay.
And it blew up in front of my grandfather's house.
Wow.
Right.
and there was bodies in the river floating. And I could remember like 6 weeks after when they come to remove the lunch from where they tied it, there was a woman inside the toilet.
Shit.
There was a woman inside the toilet. So this sacrifice is started a long time ago, you know. And I'm watching your show, my brother. Keep it up. You're doing a very good job. You're giving us, information.
Thank you, man.
And that's what we need. And black folks need to get some information. They need to read, just so get the information.
Yeah.
Because the thing of it, as one of this comedian talk one time, he says when they want to hide the information from a black man, put it in a book.
Because he don't like read. Aye.
He don't like read, and I like what you're doing.
Love my
You're
brother.
exposing them, man.
Thanks.
Bless. Continue to do it.
Thanks, sorry there. Thanks a lot. Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Hi. Good morning, my brother. Listen, I'm calling from Guyana. I just want to say a few things here.
By rights, go ahead,
I'm not
Auntie.
going to. Okay, nice. Listen, in America and Canada, let's speak first.
All right.
They have a law in America and Canada. I was in Canada, right?
Mhm.
And I had a problem with a white girl. And I went away and spent some time in the casino, almost 15 to 18 hours. She called the police in Canada and said I went missing. You know, the police tell her that he's not missing. Wait till 24 hours. After 24 hours, then the person missing. So this law go on all over, right? You understand? And this is their top country. You understand me? So listen here. I am not really want to talk about Adrianna. I just want to say about what happened there. You see, when the person missing, Guyana police have 24 hours, then declare missing. So whatever went on there, you can't go inside your building because there's no missing person yet. You understand me? And that's a private place. My brother, I want to ask you a question. If me and you went to the club in New York, and I left the club, and you come home, actually, and you not hear my phone ringing or anything, I offline. Can you go back in the club tomorrow at 10 o'clock and find me there?
No.
They will let you in the club? No way. Same thing in the hotel. There's a business there. They cannot let anybody there until 24 hours pass. Then there's a missing person. Then we could hunt down the hotel. You understand?
Yeah,
so
but
the police...
But listen me carefully. I understand what you're saying there, but I read a statement by the Guyana Police Force whereby it stated nothing that 24 hours. They say once they have a calling for a missing child or an elderly person, the police force need to act swiftly. I never see nothing in the statement that was put out saying that they have to wait 24 hours. But I know. But listen, man, I'm gonna let you continue. I'm gonna let you continue. I know what you're saying because even look in America here with this 24-hour thing, that's why they end up creating the Amber Alert. Because people know waiting 24 hours, by 24 hours you could die. You could done dead.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. So here what happened. This law now implemented that any missing call, we go act right away on it. No. They're going to change it 24 hours and bring it into direct call.
That's
you understand me? This is now implemented because of this girl. So this girl actually a change and it changes Guyana actually. You understand?
Okay, my
it is a
brother.
brilliant move. This girl in Guyana, you understand? But what I want to know now, the autopsy proved what the autopsy said. You gotta believe what the doctor said. You can't go against the doctor because in court, when we take the case in court, what information we gotta go by? What the doctor said, bro. We can't go on speculation.
No, we know that. We
and
know
you
that.
are not a doctor.
We know that.
Something else happened.
We
You
know
understand?
that.
So here it is. What we have to find out, or the burden of proof lays here now in this justice for her, that where she was at this time to that time. What happened there? And this is what we can get. And if the state have to prove this case in court, we cannot have that information yet. If they do have it, it's great for the family. You understand me? But another thing I want to tell you too, this family, right, was briefed at the hospital to not come out and store up anything. Just get your information. Them alone get the information. not the protester. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just go home and let me keep this thing peaceful. You understand me? And that's what happened. You know, and you see the guy step away right now. The guy become peaceful because he know this thing can turn more thing. Because look here, some kid born up with acid and stuff, bro. You understand me? Most of these people not protesters, you know, them are looters. You understand? So I am not really talking bad about the protest. For protest of something is very good. You want to tell you something? I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to say it because most people don't know. I get shot here in Guyana on my leg, innocently, the 16th of December.
Just now.
And I'm to the case postpone too. So the police should not give me any justice too. You understand me?
Sorry, Carla, I had to end your call because you was going in and out. You was breaking up a lot, so I didn't get to hear what you were saying. But you made a point of what you're saying. But at the end of the day, the 24-hour thing, bullet. That 24-hour shoppiness is bullet because I did read something to you guys whereby it issued that once there is a missing person, a child or a person, the Guyana police force need to act swiftly. The fucking hotel was to get shut down one time. The 24 hours shopping is there, is bullet. The 24 hours can't. Yeah, driver.
Yeah, back again. I want to address the caller that just called. Yeah. You should have got shot in your mouth. Because you're talking beer skull. Will you come out for defend? You ain't going to talk about Adrianna, about what? You should have got shot in your bomber clot mouth. This is where you should have got shot. Will you come out here for talk, really?
I tell you.
Don't call back this bomber clot line. And I hope you're listening.
I
What
tell
the
you.
fuck you call out here? People on some serious thing you call for defend the fucking oppressors.
I tell you.
Don't call back this line. Next shot gonna be in your mouth.
Big up, driver. Oh my God. Hello, good morning. Hi, good morning. Where you calling us from?
It's me again, brethren.
Oh my God. Yes.
No, it's me again.
Yeah.
Check this out. I was trying to insinuate on Tuesday when I called you. When I told you, I said, you know what? Guyana has two major races, but one of them shows compassion and one of them does not show compassion. You did say that. You did. Brethren, you know what? I didn't want to come out and tell you plain and straight, but I'm going to tell you plain and straight. Indian people, when you ask anyone that's on these social media, whatever, you would always find, most of the times you find the Indians in the comment section talking the dumbest things. These are the type of people, the receptionists at the hotel, they would see this man actually dragging this little girl. They would keep quiet. They would not say anything. These people have something that's called Indianism. It's to protect Indianism at all costs. Now listen, this guy telling you that he went to a casino and a white girl called and said he was missing or whatever. He's a bloody adult. Nowhere in this world an 11-year-old goes missing. An 11-year-old is never given the 24 hour because you and I as adults, we could wander off, we could go, we could do whatever the hell we want to do because we're adults. But 11-year-old child, no police in this world, in Canada, in America, in Jamaica, in Trinidad, once you say a minor is missing, the minor doesn't get a 24-hour break. You got to find the minor right away. But this is what happens when you have illiterate people. That's why I tell you, my brother, if I'm listening to your program and if you don't understand something and I hear it, I'm going to call it because we got to. I appreciate it. I got your back, my brother. I got your back. If I hear anything that if you don't understand it, or you never heard about it, and I'm listening to your program, I'm going to call up to correct them. But this is what happens, brother. When conscious people are joined, the devil is always in the midst. Now, this guy here, what they do, they send these fools out to throw stupid people off because for real. Whenever you have a program, not everyone is going to be conscious. There are going to be some gullible people that he could sway, and that's what he's there to do, to sway you, to take you off. Just like the police on the scene. The police created what's called a ruse, R-U-S-E. A ruse is a ploy. When they said they saw the ROM, the black and red ROM, they should throw the people off in front of the hotel because you know why? They wanted you to leave.
It's a ruse. It's a trick. This guy that called up, what he wants to do is to trick you if you're not
you can't
conscious.
trick me, not me.
And a lot of people are unconscious. That's what. If I'm listening to your program, whenever I'm listening to your program, brother, if anyone comes in the program and they said something that's not right, and we got to protect each other, brother. I got your back.
Respect.
There's no 24 hour for minor. There's no 24 hour for minor. For an adult, yes, but not a minor.
Thank you, my brother.
You're welcome.
Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Hey, my brother. How are you? Listen, there's this caller that the previous caller, and he's calling out Indian and black. It's the 2015 election was won by the PNC government because of Indian input. They voted for the Granger government, and I am pleading with him not to make this a black and Indian thing.
No, he's not.
There are Indians that show
doing
compassion.
that. He's not doing that.
But he just said it in the call.
No, because it is that. They do have some Indian people that behave and do things like that. He's not putting nobody together. I understand clearly what you're saying.
But even amongst the Indians, that caller that he was talking about, even amongst the Indians, we have a word for them. They're called coolies.
Okay.
We don't associate with those people. A lot of Indians are supporting what happened. They are against this government presently.
Yes.
But I do not want your previous caller to go in that direction. We need to unite, otherwise they win. That is why. And he has a lot of good points.
Yeah.
I applaud him for that. He has many good points.
Respect.
And but this is what they want. They want to divide us. And that way they win. We need to stay strong now. If we don't do it now, we lose.
Yes, my brother.
Yeah, great program. Take care.
Hello, good morning. Listen to me. The difference is, I'm going to tell you straight up. I don't have to come on your program to use profanity. I'm an educated person and I can articulate myself. Guyana is an Indian-run country and an Indian-run government that discriminates against black people in Guyana or people that don't support them in the majority. Let me tell you something. 1,400 black men were murdered in Guyana, and not one investigation, not one person was found guilty for that there. So this caller don't come in. This is what they try to do. When you see, the thing is, when you speak the truth, then they come with this kumbaya BS about, oh, he's trying to create discord. Oh, we need unity in Guyana. Let me tell you about unity. Every single contract that goes on in Guyana, the NTPAB, the National Procurement Association Board or whatever, almost 90% of the contracts goes to Indian. You go to Linden and you ask the people in Linden people, 95% of the contracts for Linden goes to contractors outside of Linden. And do you know who most of these contractors are? Indian people. What's happening with Guyana's budget with all this oil? So when this caller come and talk foolishness, I'm not spreading any hate. What I'm doing is giving the reality. And the reality is backed up by statistics. What's happening in Guyana? The budget for Guyana, all this oil money. Do you know where the oil money is going to? 60% of the oil contracts is going to infrastructure. Do you know who has the equipment to do the infrastructure, the construction? The Indians. How do they have how did they get the money to get the equipment or whatever? Because they've been in power for 28 years. They started off with a hammer, then they get a saw, then they buy an SUV, then they buy a bulldozer because they keep getting the contract. The blacks do not get the contracts. So when the Indians are getting it, they're going to turn around and tell you, well, hey, the blacks can't bid for the job because he doesn't have a bulldozer. He was never given a chance to get a bulldozer. Every single thing that happens in Guyana, Roger Khan, Brahma, all of them. Roger Khan, if Roger Khan cannot be a black guy and did what he did in Guyana, it's because he's an Indian. So when these foolish people come and talk stuff, I'm not spreading anything. I'm giving you the reality. I'm giving you the reality that the PPP blew up the Son Chapman. I'm giving you the reality that the PPP, which is Jack Dale came out and said the PPP is a coolie party. So when he's trying to tell you about in 2015, Indians voted for Granger. Right now, we're in a situation in Guyana where if all the black people vote PNC, they cannot win. If all the coolie people, as you said, vote for PPP, they cannot win because the Indian population is just the same as the black population. It's not like 20 years ago, 30 years, or 40 years ago. So don't come here and think you're speaking with stupid people that want to come on the program and curse or whatever. You speak with intelligent people that can hit you with facts. So check yourself before you wreck yourself, brethren.
Love my brother.
Watch. And let me show you something. An Indian and black make a child, a Douglas child. 100% of that child is going to be accepted on the black side. But it's not a definite, it's not a given that Douglas child is going to be accepted by the Indian side. So don't let them come and try to confuse things. An Indian could go right now in Buxton and open up a shop in Buxton, and black people are going to support that Indian shop. You as a black person, you go to Bushlot and you open up a shop in Bushlot and see how long you're going to last. You better close your doors. No Indian is going to support you. So don't come to me with your foolishness. I'm a mixed up person, so I don't deal with Indian and black, but what I deal with is reality. I'm going to hit you with reality every single time. So don't come and tell me your foolishness. And the reason why the owner of the hotel is being protected is because he's related to the same Indian government. Don't give me no foolishness, brethren. Check yourself. You're not speaking to a stupid person. And if you want to call up again, let's talk facts, and I can give you facts.
Respect. You calm me down over here. You calm down this thing, calm down. Jesus Christ. Remember now, it's not an argument, you understand? Because he did say you have some good points with what you're saying. You got a lot of good points, but he does feel like it feel a division within it. But I'm glad I told him too that it's not that, it's reality we living in. Because just like you said, if a black go in an Indian village and open a shop like Bushlad and them place, it's gonna be a hell for he get business. You understand? Yeah, driver. Yeah, driver.
Yeah. I just endorse what the caller call back and respond to that person that said what he said, because bro, there is no way you could run away from the facts. You can't run away from the facts. The facts is the facts. A lot of people don't like to hear it, and we're not speaking of that person as an individual. So if it's not him we're speaking about. But what the guy is saying is factual.
Real thing.
It's obvious. Right now, if you look at it, how did Critic came up with that contract for 800 and something million? Is he qualified? Like, we could talk facts. How did he get it?
Straight up.
I said, if you're the Indian and you align yourself in a certain position, you're going to get certain favors. And it's simple. This thing is not nothing to sugarcoat. So the brother's talking facts. It's factual. That's what it is.
Real.
I just wanted to share that. I endorse what he said.
Yeah, driver.
And even though I might cuss up, I'm well educated, bro. But sometimes I gotta let some things out. I have to be articulate too.
I know it goes.
But sometimes I gotta let it out.
Big up, my brother. Oh my God. Hello, good morning. Turn on your television, please. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Where you calling us from?
They had a peaceful protest. They had a vigil in Pleasance last night, and there's a video this morning with an alligator appear from nowhere. This alligator went straight to the A. They put an A in with lights for Adrianna.
Wow. What?
And this alligator, and there's no water nearby. Nobody knows where this alligator came from. Wow. It's on TikTok. I will see if I can get to send it to you. I'm not sure.
All right, sis. Wow.
I will try to get to send it to you, my brother. This is real evil to the highest.
This is evil to the highest. What?
Oh, I'm telling you, full evil.
The skin growing you.
Yeah, my brother. Have a good day.
All right, good. Yeah. Hello, good morning.
Nice to to you, brother.
Yes, my brother. Where you calling us from?
Yeah, I'm calling you from Canada.
Yeah, man. What's your take on this?
Yeah, I'm happy that Indian guy talked just now, right? And he himself, it come out of his mouth that the type of people in Guyana that think and move like that is coolie. He said it himself.
Oh, yeah, he did say that. He did separate Indian and coolie for truth. Yeah.
And he's saying that a lot of Indians with black people on this. And he is saying that a lot of Indians in this day and age in 2025 is smart and know what's going on. So let's see, really and truly, if Indian people is with black people and get this government out. Let it be after there's so much evidence for 30 years. Let me really see if Guyanese really smart now for really change, for really make a change and get rid of this government. Because guarantee the new government that can be coming, gonna bring a brand new police force, a brand new government system, and it can be a brand new Guyana. It can be really and truly one people, one destiny, one nation. So really see if Coolie people really with black people. And let me really see if Coolie people really got sense, common sense.
Straight with same brother.
Sorry, as he say, the people is Coolie, not Indians. There's a lot of Coolie in the government, and there's a lot of Coolie in Guyana that is look at life this way. Don't care if we suffering 50%. The black man suffering 50%. We don't care. We still voting PPP. Understand? And PPP, understand me, is really coolly in there because they ain't got enough knowledge because they got other governments around the world is thief. You mean to tell me you don't have enough knowledge to thief and still look after your people? So it's really coolly. So let me really see if the Indian people is really with black people in 2025 and make a change. Let me really see that.
Respect, my brother.
Blessings, brother.
Yo, today is very interesting. I love this show, definitely. Today, I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to all the callers, them definitely. You know what I mean? The same thing I was saying all the time, guys. Guyana got 6 different races. Come on. 6 different races. We need to stop this raciality thing. It's not like if the country had Indian people alone and then black man does show up just to dry. You understand? All we, the Amerindian, everybody, got a piece or own a piece of this land. That's why it's 6 races. So this fight between the two main, it can't look like it's the two main races. You don't hear the Indian them having a problem with the Amerindians. You don't see Indian and Amerindians going back and forth, dissing one another, calling one another, all kind of name, although some of them don't like be called Buck. They say indigenous. But I don't see Buckman or them kind of thing now as a disrespect. But just saying, where you see black and Indian fighting against one another. Why? Why is that? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
What Renee, hold on, yeah.
Yeah, I'm calling from New York, you know.
Yeah, my brother. What's your take?
I worked for the NYPD for many years, but what I realized is that the people who they captured, like all the guys that were looting and burning stuff up, as they say, they label them as terrorists. So that means Jadi, the VP, the country are like one step ahead or 2 steps ahead into the elections. And that's all we are seeing. They label them as terrorists, which the definition for terrorists match with what's going on. But prior to that, he could have stopped the escalation of the problem in Guyana. So it's an all-inclusive package from the hotel to now and the future. So it's,
Yeah,
Thank
my
you.
respect on that, for real. Yeah, my brother. Let me see if I could get Renee, because I see Renee calling one morning.
Hello?
Yes, Renee.
Yeah, morning.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Big up all my Guyanese people. Right? Me forsake me Guyanese people them for nothing, right? Them last couple callers is on point. We need to get rid of them racial coolie people. Them is people got Guyana the way Guyana is. You understand? And it's only when that government is in power, we see these kind of things. You understand? I don't promote violence, but I want a certain thing happen that they must go run and left Guyana.
Real thing.
Understand? And black people got to realize Guyana belongs to black people. We need to know we history.
Mm-hmm.
Black people need to go deep down in the history and get rid of these coolie people out of Guyana. Because when you do look at it, they're bad for Guyana. They're very bad for Guyana. I was listening to somebody calling in and talk how there's there going on the coming on people's page without with fake name and no photo. Yeah, they've been doing that. Because they've been even attacking me when I make comment. But I don't worry with them because I know better and I do better.
Real thing.
Right? Because watch the other day, I did on a live. Well, not me. A lady named Scrubs and something. They're on live on TikTok. So this is the first time now I decide to say, let me join. And one of them, he come. He got up his photo. You know, he telling that lady, he and another one come on, which I know PPP paying them. Right? You know, he come and telling she, cause she's a fool. She don't know nothing about Guyana. She's not a Guyanese. You know, he telling she? All the time they wasn't having free education. It's PPP bringing free education. Them is thing this man going and telling she, you know, I know the government never used to give you money and the PPP giving you money for the babies. Them is the thing that come and talk. This time, this conversation is about that girl that get murdered.
I telling you.
Yeah, by telling you somebody had to come in and say, hey, this conversation is not about the coming with politics and talking these kind of things. That's why I said we need to get rid of these coolie people because they're no fucking good. They're no good for Guyana. Understand? Me mother used to always say a thing I growing up. Me mother used to say any good coolie is a dead fucking one. And even when they're dead, she used to say you got burn them. And I used to always listen to my mother. Those are people I never messed with when I used to live in Guyana. I never mess with them because they're not good people. They're an evil set of fucking people. I always stay far from those people. You understand?
Yeah,
so they're coming on social media now with the narrative on talking this and talking. We need to get rid of them. They need to run and left Guyana. Because guess what? Black people and the native people are the first set of people come to Guyana. Right? They come on a fucking boat. We need to know the history. You understand? They're wicked people.
I telling you.
There are set of wicked people, which when it comes to racism, they're right there. You understand? That's why I'm glad let the burning go on. I don't promote violence, but when these things happen, they got to run and left Guyana. Because them belongs there. Guyana is a peaceful country with peaceful people. You understand? That's why when you see the house slave coming on and somebody joining with them and these kind of things, I says, what really going on? What use not for your people no more? What really going on? You understand?
Yeah, my
but
sis.
This child death gonna turn everything around. Watch and see.
All right, Renee.
Ready for the good or the bad? Yep.
All right. Sorry there, Renee. Sorry there. We're gonna take 2 more calls. And then we're gonna go into 2 video, you know what I mean?
With that kind of conversation there.
Hello?
That's not good at all. You cannot have encouraged her with the kind of statement she making. But run pull out a guy and I think it's sound good.
All right. Let me calm down. The caller there, call and said that Renee was wrong to say what she said. Here we're going on now. Before I take any caller, I want y'all listen me carefully now. Because y'all know I don't depend on facts. I depend on facts, not, you know what I mean? I don't depend on theory and talking instruments. We have 6 different races in Guyana. I am proud of all of the races that Guyana have. I don't have no problem with Coolie people. I don't have no problem with Amerindian people. I don't have no problem with black people. I don't have no problem with human beings are human beings. Human beings are corrupt and fuck up. All you don't matter what white man, black man, pink man, if they have the. All human beings are fucked up. Now we know for a fact, right? Factual. Don't let me beat around the bush and go around the bush. I am not a racial person because guess why? I am the only child from my mother. My father got a set of children, and most of them is coolie. Yeah. I got some good coolie brethren and sistren that show Negro people respect and love. So I'm not gonna say coolie people them wicked. They got black people were wicked, and they got coolie people, they got Amerindian people were wicked. They got human beings in general fuck up. So I'm gonna make a stop here because I just want y'all know everybody got a right to talk what they want to talk on air. I don't have to tell a person don't say this and don't say that. But at the end of the day, I could come and give you my point. Like everybody have a point. Now I could understand where she's coming from with the caller that just now called and said I shouldn't let her and all these kind of things. This is one of my moderators. She have a right to speak. She definitely know what she's saying because they do have wicked Indian people in Guyana. But remember, we're not pushing the narrative as a racial as a racial situation. We don't want it to blow out of proportion for make it look like if we as Negro Guyanese doesn't, you know what I mean, like we Indian Guyanese or we Amerindian Guyanese. Come on, it's 6 races. I have to love my 6 races. I mean the 5 other races I have to love. So there's no way I can get up and start out, yo, the Coli people them this and the Coli people. But they do have wicked Indian people in Guyana. I've meet up with them. I meet up with them already. So it's not a racial discrimination over here. But this is what happened wrong this time, especially with the government. And I'm telling you, when AP and you went in power, or AFC, or Granger, or whoever, I never used to hear these kind of disrespect from Indian people to me. But when PPP in power, and I go into certain village, I have to be scared if these people them attack me, cuss me and beat me and stone me. This will happen under this regime. So I want everybody to stop with the fuckery narrative like if Coolie, Black, Amerindian, whoever is a problem. No, we love everyone because like I said, I'm not taking no call right now. Like I said, couple decades ago, you would have never see an Indian with a black man, a Coolie, a Indian girl with a black, I don't say Coolie, an Indian girl with a Negro man. Or an Indian man with a Negro girl. Decades ago, you could have never see that. Not now. Down to the children them. Down to the kids them that grew up under the Indian mother and father when they try to tell them, hey, I don't want you with this person. The person them hiding. Because they seeing it as racialism. And that's what we are fighting against. Born racialism. I love my Indian brothers and I love my Amerindian brothers and sisters. I have no problem with none of them. Because I've been in relationship with Indian women and Amerindian women already. So let me stop pushing the narrative upon a racial discrimination level. But indeed, they got some wicked Indian. They have some wicked black people out there too. They got some wicked Amerindian. What we got to get rid of? What we got to get rid of is the wicked people them. If your right hand, your left hand affecting you, what you do? Chop it off. This is not what the Bible say. That's what the Bible say. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Where you calling me from?
Georgia.
All right. Let me know what's your take.
Yes. So my take is, first of all, I pray for strength for the mother and father for this child. I know this is a difficult time. But if we as Guyanese cannot see that the government is trying to take all the attention off of them and they want to incite a civil war. And I keep saying it in the comments because they don't want the next election. They know they're going to lose, right? So they're trying to One second. They're trying to start a civil war where it's blacks against the Indians, and they could stay in power. They're going to call martial law, right? First, they're going to try to silence the people by putting out a lot of rules saying that if you say this, you're going to be victimized, wherever, locked up, wherever they want to say, right? I have Indian friends. I have Indian brothers and sisters. I have no problem against them. The problem I have is that they hate us. A lot of them, they hate us.
Yeah.
And that is the problem. They need to clean up their hearts and stop because they're brainwashed by a government, a wicked and evil government that has always been. He shall repay. Even if we never get justice for Adriano, the Lord is he is going to bring the justice. He has already exposed it, and he's going to continue to show them up. All they're trying to pull the covers over our eyes. Those pathologists were paid. The lawyer, I will say it, this is my opinion. I don't know if he's scared, but as far as I'm concerned, he was paid too. That's why he came with this aggression tonight. Because when the questions were thrown at him, he started to get like he didn't know what to say. He was flustered.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So those people were paid.
Yeah.
It was a whole setup to say the pathologists were afraid for their life. They were not afraid. Let me tell you something. They were already, I think before they went in to do the work, they came late. So in my mind, I'm saying they probably having a meeting somewhere and money passing, right? That was all a setup. The people that came to the gate as I was watching your live, I said they were PPP. They were sent by the PPP because we know, and I'm sorry, Indian brothers and sisters, PPP do this because you know why? Some of our people are very leaky.
Yeah.
They're hungry belly.
Yeah.
The PPP go and pick them up and get them a $5,000 and a white cook-up or some fried rice, and they come and they do that. They were not the peaceful protesters. They came to start a ruckus. They came with the intention to start. Okay?
It was all planned. It was a strategic
it was planned.
plan.
And that's why, because the pathologists never was to address the media. They couldn't. They took pay, right? I working for you. So that's why when they were done and all that sampling where people are saying that it's being sent out, listen, it is done right there. But our God will bring us vengeance. He will bring the vengeance. We don't have to take it. He will expose everything that's covered because you know what? The cup of iniquity has run over. It is time. Their time is up.
Amen.
The cup of iniquity has run over. That is why the Lord exposed that the way he did. He caused the father to stay there. It was him. It was nobody else. Because the people know that the child was there. And you people are calling, talking nonsense, but you can't stop in 24 hours. You people, you don't have children? Don't y'all have children?
Here's Chumanis by Trashes
You could sit
Chumanis.
there and talk because it's not an Indian child, but you're bringing up but acid. Listen to me. Half of the things you Indians that are brainwashed, half of the things that have happened to Guyana has not been done by the black people. The Lusignan murders was not done by the black people. The true Indian survivors spoke the truth. Where were y'all when they spoke the truth? I don't know who burned the children with acid, but I'm not with that. As long as they're going to touch the children, as long as they're going to touch the others, I'm not with that. I'm not against people robbing y'all. You hear? If a black man rob y'all, let it be done to him as he has done. You hear?
Real thing.
Nobody
Justice.
condones
Yeah, man. That's why I
things that
say.
are done to y'all.
Real thing. You do shit, if you do foolishness, you gotta pay for your foolishness where you done. Black, coolie, buck, wherever. Mean dep on them thing. Real thing. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
stop being clouded by racism because that is what you are. Listen, I'm lost for words.
Yeah, man.
Y'all are
I love them, my sister.
filled with racism. You need to stop this nonsense and open your eyes and see your true people who did it are wicked. You hear? And this man is connected to the government. They are covering it up. It's blatant lies. I have said it since I saw the whole distraction. I said these people are coming with a fake report because everybody get paid. They are distracted.
Yes.
They were paid. But let me tell y'all something. They could thief all the money they know. You can't take your riches with you. You hear?
Thank you,
There's
my
only
sister.
but so much you could do, Jack Dio. There's only but so much you could do because there is a God. You are not God. You might be a fallen angel, might be something else, but you are not God. And you got your day coming. I have no problem. And Mr. Ali, he's a rubber stamp. I wouldn't even address him. You understand? But I am sick and I'm tired.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
tired of the racism and I'm angry because
Tired to
people,
sis. Yeah, man.
innocent child died and y'all will take it and make it about racism. Why don't we all hold together and stay strong for this family to get justice? Because apparently you can't trust nobody in Guyana, not even your own. Here, because I don't know what happened with the lawyer. I don't know if he's scared. I don't know what happened, but something happened.
Yeah, was off because he was Dr. Garden Moses say, well, you got for repeating yourself, but you on this and you on this. Like, come on, we done say it one time. Why you behaving like you're scared? Like, whappen? Like, for real?
Scared. And he was
Yeah.
aggressive towards the reporters, like nobody shouldn't ask him. So I don't care what Melly Mel said, but poor people. Listen, a person could be a poor people liar today and $2 million and a house and a Prada pass tomorrow, and there will be something else. We will see the results in time to come. We will see the results when he start driving a bigger vehicle, or if he's smart, he'll lay low for a while. But okay, even if he didn't take nothing, I don't want to accuse a man falsely, but if he didn't take anything, he's afraid. And it's time we stop being afraid. How long more will we be oppressed, man? How long more?
Thank you, my sister. I'm going to get the next call. Respect and man. Thanks for coming through. Yeah, I'm going to take 2 more calls and I telling you, hello, good morning. Yo, I'm telling you, crazy to this morning.
Nah, man, here's the situation, Virgin. Here's the situation. You, as a host, you have to protect your show, okay? You have to let everyone, regardless of race or whatever, according to your program. I get that. But that's why whenever I come in your platform or whenever I come in your program, what I do, I spit knowledge. I spit information. I'm not going to come on and talk about them that like me or we don't like them. That's simple. That's simple arithmetic. What I'm coming with, you see, it's hard for them to fight with me because I'm giving you facts. Okay? Haiti, for example. Haiti is a part of CARICOM. Jack Day and them in the PPP refused the Haitians coming into Guyana. And most of the times they were using Guyana as a transit point to get to Cayenne, to get the French Guyana in order to get to France, okay?
Okay.
Guyana refused these people under the PPP because you know why? They're black people, and that's factual. And these are the same people that would allow the Bangladeshis, the Indians, the Pakistanis, and every single Asian type of people to come into Guyana. All of them have stores in Regent Street. They're not citizens in Guyana. They could come today and tomorrow they open up a shop or they open up a store on Regent Street. What I give you is facts, okay? I have a friend that wanted to do a fertilizer plant up in Linden, where they have, the so-called Guyanese people are getting confused about Blue Lake and Blue enough. That stuff is a mined-out bauxite place, and the color is based because it was used for bauxite or whatever. People trying to swim in there and telling people that Guyana has blue waters and all this foolishness need to be warned. That stuff is cancerous. But anyway, she was denied. She was denied the permit to do the fertilizer plant. Okay. Brother, what I'm trying to tell you, you have to listen carefully. I'm not coming here and talk, but them that like me and we don't like them. I'm too educated for that. My argument why they cannot defeat me is because I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you facts. Every single person, these people allow the Malaysians, they give them millions and millions of acres in Guyana to cut our trees down. They allow the Chinese Bai Shenlin to come in Guyana, millions and millions of acres. You would never see a PPP government give someone, a Ghanaian person or a Nigerian person or a Nigerian company to come into Guyana and do business in Guyana. They would never do that. The Bank of Baroda from India operates in Guyana. You never see African bank operating in Guyana. Never. So when I come again, like I said here, we're dealing with facts. These people can't make me a fool because I could speak with any one of them because I'm giving them the facts. When they come up, anything I said, let them contradict what I'm saying with facts. Let them come up with evidence. My uncle, about 20-something years ago, was doing an Avon business because the Indian guy told him that the Avon products, would sell in Guyana, whatever the case is. Convinced him, my uncle bought about 27 barrels, and he sent it to Guyana, right? When he went to Guyana,
at the airport or whatever the case is. At that time, the PPP had just came into office just after 1992. They had what's called a fraud squad. Every single Guyanese knows what's a fraud squad. These young Indian boys, the fraud squad, they wanted to see who's this person bringing in 27, 30 barrels of Avon products or whatever. When my uncle walked into the room, the Indian guys, they looked at him and you know what they said? He's not going to make any money. If they were supposed to charge him, if he was an Indian person and 30 barrels were supposed to be, say, $1 million, they looked at my uncle and they charged him $10 million because you know why? They're telling you, you're not going to make, this is time. You're not going to make any money. And the same Indian guy that told him to buy the product said, listen to me. When you bring in these barrels again, bring it into my name. So I, as an Indian, could go before my fellow Indians, and they're not going to charge me $10 million. So when people come and talk foolishness or whatever the case is, I'm giving them facts. These are the people, they have a caste system, okay? And so-called black people with black skin are considered by them as the lowest caste. They, like we have in Ghana, we call them the Madras ones. Those are the dark ones that are blacker than black, that are purple, just because the hair is straight or whatever. But when you really know genealogy, you really know the facts, every single race on the face of this earth came out of Africa. All these so-called Indians and all these type of people came out of India, came out of Africa. African seeds, the black woman is the only woman in this world that can reproduce out of darkness. Everything comes out of darkness. The black woman, brethren, a lot of times I keep trying to tell you, equip yourself a little bit better. The black woman is the only person that could recreate every single race. So that's why you can't come and call me by this, racism stuff or whatever, because I look at them and I understand where they came from. It's just that they don't know where they came from, but I know where they came from. So that's why I don't really take it to heart. But what I'm giving you is facts. So to make a long story short,
big up.
They crippled my uncle until he came out of business. Look at this guy. You saw this guy, Derwin Best. Derwin Best, you seen him on TV recently, the tall guy, whatever. He was the one that was importing the fuel into Guyana. They don't want Derwin Best to make the money, so they took away his contract.
I saw he cry literally with that for real.
Yes, but that's what the people are trying to tell you. Open up your eyes. We're not here to talk about we know every race is bad, but we talked about what happens, especially in Guyana. It's even happening in Trinidad. Trinidad just had elections on Monday. The UNC, which is equivalent to the PPP in Guyana, they won. So right now is a trifecta, and that's what they always wanted. They have Suriname, it's controlled by an Indian. Guyana is controlled by an Indian. Now Trinidad is controlled by Indian. This is a trifecta they wanted for years. Now, look forward, my brother. This is what's going to happen. You're going to see the relationship between Trinidad and Guyana is going to be improved. The Guyanese never wanted to do business with the Trinidadian government because the PNM, a so-called black-led government, was in Trinidad. They never liked him. But now that Kamla Passad is back in office now so Kamla Passad is back in power in Trinidad today. Look and see the relationship between Trinidad and Guyana now. So when people talk about, I don't look at racism, and they look at it. They teach their kids from young. Don't like black man and all that. The black people don't do that. That's what I told you. And let any one of them call up after me. Tell me if this is not factual. You take a person that's mixed up. You take a Douglas person. The Douglas person is never refused by the black side of the family. Never. But the Douglas person, in a lot of cases, is rejected by the Indian side. So you tell me who's racist and who's not. Bye.
Big up. Yo, hey, if there's one thing he don't play by. There's one of since this brother called me and said, yo, he been watching my shows and stuff. You always, always coming with credible stuff indeed. You know what I mean? You always come with credible stuff. All right, driver, you said on end the show. All right. Let me see something. We can't take call all day. We did 3 hours, all right. I can carry an extra hour. We did 3 hours, 5 minutes. Okay? Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
I'm from Pittsburgh.
What's your take, my brother?
I'm watching this program, you see. Been in America for 30 years now. See? And we know Guyana stays still, But what going on right now kind of some kind of inequity type of thing with them Indian people down there, see? Yeah, we should leave a station street kid among the Indian them still, I thought of them as really iniquity, you know.
Real thing.
Iniquity is like a mind thing. Like some people like do it on the levels where they get for understand. Cause like was overstanding. Like a Rasta man. Where they get for overstand is where they tell them. You see him, so they're deaf and dumb. See the judgment. You know? So when they're doing it on the level, it's not gonna God fear and think. Because you read the Bible, the workers of iniquity not gonna prosper. So anybody dealing with iniquity, they read the Bible, whether it's Quran, whether it's the fucking, wherever theory the man dealing with God and man, right? But if you're doing this,
real thing.
you're not gonna prosper. See?
Respect my brother. Yeah,
Anyhow, they're dealing with them for you. Seeing how these Rasta people, seeing we deny you being the other. Death and judgment to all oppression, black or white. We don't support racism.
No,
White
we
dealing
don't.
with black or white oppression.
Real thing.
This thing is not a black and white thing. This is called a shades of gray. I don't sell. I live in America for 30 years. I live in Pittsburgh, out in New York City. I live there, I live Miami, all over. But right now, the whole world got the same climax. In America and England and Japan, them man is like to get separated. You know?
Cause remember there's a big war tunnel. Divided we fall, and if we stand together, you don't know what's going on. So guess what? Them and why we stand together, cause they know we can conquer.
Anytime we ain't hold the theory of Marcus Garvey, anyways, anytime we don't hold the Garvey theory, I man support Garvey.
Yeah, man.
It take Biden for pardon Garvey. Anybody watching history got to understand why you do that. This is the theory, Jed. Any race that can't recognize itself is doomed for their shame, bro. Shame they got to stand together and stand as strong. Even black band is talking to them for the band in GT. Like, you regular Koliban them is got banned upon the money thing and got black band talking to them and define them like the subdue to them. It's a long time. Remember now the Koli people come as indentured laborers, you know. You see? We is the slaves. And if you don't hold the reign, we're going to end up being the slaves all the fucking time, whether it's politics or it's sports or it's political, but it's heavens. It's together we stand. Banners and GT got hold one reign, like Fat Master man watch. Me and mine never give up this front, but another Rasta man can take my place. See? It's if them man sell the same dream that is black tongue, well, they can go follow the line, then go get like this job doing them kind of banner because they see the opening. It's like?
Straight.
This is the whole game. We say if the nation can't hold together with the color, then we can fast talk to the next nation, bro. Because since 66, the Queen them give guidance to the black man of them two fat man, right? And Walter Rodney and them man. Them is the man that got the theory. Walter Rodney theocracy supposed to run fucking GT. Because Walter Rodney the meet Garvey, wife I said in Darcy. But fat man go wrong here and do some shit. And it's may not be truth or label, but I tell you, fat man theory and Walter Rodney them had the right theory for guy, you know. It's a six-race country. They got Portuguese in it, they got Chinese in it, you know. They had a chung, you know.
Yeah, man, I know what's going on. I don't know
So they got Portuguese man and them, the Freitas, they got the Santos, they got Portuguese man living in Canada that understand GT. It's like, it's not a black thing and a Koli thing. They want to get this thing carried away with this little fucking thing. Because the tongue get corrupt with own corruption. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. That's why greed and envy is caused the fucking problem. It's like the three fucking devils there in GT. You understand? The three fucking devils, greed and envy. Them man living in it, man. They got corruption. Hey, them man are poor. Them man in the ghetto poor. Them police man are poor. You can't do this in a modern world. No police system in a world that exists in. Once the law gone, the society gone.
All right, brother, get you there. Let me take a next call, see what's going on. Respect and manners. Come on, guys. 2 minutes. When the 2 minutes reach, I'm going to cut the call because they got so much persons calling. I want to let everybody get a piece for say what they got to say. You know what I mean? Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Can you turn on the television? Can you turn on your television a little, please?
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, my brethren.
Hello?
The better. What's your take?
All right. Yes, first I just want to say, may Adrianna beautiful soul rest in peace. And I want to I have a take on the caller that called earlier about the Indian, because I have an Indian wife, right? I'm in the States right now. And
The funny thing is, he was correct when he said far as was the Indian empowerment, how they do things. Because every time I send Barrio into the country, I would go through the uproar of the digging into the bar. They would change everything. But every time I let her take the barrel out, she wouldn't have to go through none of that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't. They would just look at the barrel, open the top, and close it down, and then give her the paper, and she would go right out.
Watch door.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a big thing, but I don't want to make it that because my insight on everything is I feel like if in a country we have 6 race, then it should be 6 representatives.
That's what I'm
for
saying.
each race.
Yeah.
Yeah, because as long as one person representing each race, it's always going to be a favor towards their own people, no matter what race you are.
You
White,
make a lot of sense with that, bro.
You know what I'm saying? At every round table for every country, if it's 2 race in a country, then it should be 2 representatives at the table for those race. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always going to be. I'm in the U.S. right now. If everywhere is a black, it's either black and white. In Guyana is black and Indian. It's always the black at the forefront because it's of the fear, the fear of waking up again.
Yeah.
They don't want us to wake up because the moment that the black man wake up again and then we unite, it's too much power. So that's the thing everybody is fighting against, the wake up. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to. But I want all my people to understand peace and love, man.
That's
peace
it,
and
man.
love.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, throughout the whole world, because there's a lot of uproar. As you can see, the hate is not going to stand because we're having a lot of mixture and we're having a lot of people coming together, whether we see it or not. There's a lot of changes happening right in front of us.
All right, my brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
but I want to take the time and say, man, you have a beautiful show, and like one of the callers said, man, protect your platform at all costs because when they see that you have a certain platform to get certain message out, this is when the enemy come and try to find a way to shut you down. So,
straight.
You know what I'm saying?
Respect,
protect
my brother.
Your platform at all costs, King. And I appreciate your show, man. I love what you're doing. And because I just ran across it 2 days ago, and I just had to call and, you know what I'm saying?
Respect, my brother. Love.
Peace and love, man. Guidance.
Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from? Orlando, New Jersey?
Morning, brother. Good morning, brother. Morning.
Yeah, my brother. What's your take on this?
I'm calling from New Jersey. My take on it is that we as GT people, we in a sad place. And when I really check it, my brother, what caused us to be in such a sad place? You know?
I'm to the caller, just a join. All right, dear. Showing done as yet. Let me see if we could get into something. A few more minutes before we cut. Yeah, I know how the thing go already. You know what I mean? Definitely. I don't know how your call get cut. Must your battery must be finished, but yeah, make sure you charge your phone and make sure your internet is the correct and set up properly. You understand? Yeah. Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hey, big man. Enough respect here. Just give you one more dial. You know. We're there for years, right? Enough respect. We don't even racism. Respect to the little girl. I work the market check here, should burial. Think and get your honorable burial. You know what I say?
Yeah, my brother.
Something honorable still because them kind of people that come like hero. Because we ain't got no hero in GT but coffee. We got more fucking hero. See? You can get better heroes than that because the world changing. You ever tell me this communication we got now can change GT. You think like honor like El Dorado, you know? See? Yeah, I'm honest like you know. I man go there for a couple of years, but 9 to 5 man when the club down there. See? Man will be like out right now. I got enough man down there differently from different situations. Them man get knocked out and thing. You know?
I know that way. They're okay.
Yeah, I like soft Rastafari. The principle, but I like this Rastafari. I don't deal with black and white and everything because, you know, I just walk among white people and things. You know, I like his Rastafari teachings I sell, you know?
Okay. So
Once you're wrong, you're wrong. Men supporting black. I don't defend violence, but it's necessary sometimes. You know what I mean? This is the rules, is right? One more freedom fight is a different thing for another man. Because we all got a different way of getting liberty. It's right? But not looting. Because you can get born in the looting in the streets from what back there, see? But you're looking to emancipate yourself from mental slavery. This way one emancipate yourself from those succumb, you know, man got to hold the enemy. Together we stand at you. If we hold a chain, we can get stronger. All in New York and everything. The same thing taking place in New York, you know, because we lived there for years, you know. We got to hold a chain and together we stand and we get stronger.
Respect.
You know what I mean? All of y'all and them DJ got one reference. You're looking for better light out of GT. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
prophecy is just from Bible treatment. You know, we want the place to get better. We don't want too much of darkness. You want light. You got to look for light, you know?
Real thing.
Now you bring the chances, you know? You have to the battle, the street to the big tree. It's a Rasta man. It's not just nuts. It's more than nuts. It's not God there in your heart like Mount Zion. Let written on your tables in your heart. It's right? Your love for Jah Rastafari got to be written on the tables in your heart. So when you're dealing with a man, you got to respect the victim. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, human kind of thing now we are dealing with now. Earth gets so red now we got to get more close to one another and strengthen it, not weaken it, because we're getting it weaker. There's not vanity and that kind of thing, but it's just losing the perception that Earth. Man is man, you know. Earth is all forward Earth. You got to understand it upstairs in your head. Earth don't ever change, you know. It's man is keep mashing it up. You know, with different vibes, you know what I mean? But the better, the hotter the battle, the street, like Marcus Garvey said, man, you got to tune into Garvey, brother. The philosophy of black man is from Garvey's strength.
All right,
it's
Father.
like Garvey, Malcolm X, Bob Marley, that man in the TV.
All right, Carla, big up yourself. Let me get the next call.
Stay strong and spread the word. Stay strong and spread the word.
Good. Come on, guys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Get to the point. Get to the point. You understand? Get to the point. Big up Rasta, man. Like you said, Garvey, you don't know the thing, go Garvey up. You said me, Garvey.
They don't show up yourself tonight. We're here for bitches. me got send you. Words of it from the people want to talk to me. Me got send you tonight. You can go over there, eh? Good. Yeah, we can start the program in a minute. We'll start the program in 10 minutes, right?
What it look like is the candle lighting right there, guys. As you could see, they got candle light all over, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, little angel. I don't want to get copy right on this live, so we're not gonna let the music out. A few more minutes before we leave. You know we're doing it already, guys. Okay. Few more before we leave out of here. Just a few before we leave out of here. Yeah. Andrea Young. All right, this is it what they want. This is the shit. All right, let me get back here. I want to hear this piece of reasoning before I end this live. Oh yeah, listen it too.
Then transferred to Diamond, and then he was then promoted. I don't know. You're saying, did he jump from assistant commander or deputy commander to assistant commissioner of police?
Yes. Look. I'll show the people evidence we're dealing with here. Because remember that Mr. Paul Slow would have been the chairman of the Police Service Commission.
That's correct.
We know that the role of the Police Service Commission is to recommend ranks of promotion and also to essentially guide the president and the official leader of the opposition in reference to decision makers who should be commissioned and so on.
That's correct.
Irfan Ali terminated, wrongfully so, Paul Slow and Conway and these people.
That's true.
So that he could have his people he.
Hello, good morning. Where you calling us from?
Good morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. What's your take?
I just want to say something, right? Is the East Indian is paid Afros to kill Afros, you know? Why for do this in this country?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you. Turn on your TV.
Is the East Indians
right.
Pay the Afros for kill the brothers them?
Okay.
This is going on, you know. The black brothers take your money for kill the black brothers for nothing. So we can't multiply. We have to subtract.
I tell you, Ross.
Yeah, I can't say, my brother, I was a deportee from America, right? I come back here since 18 years now. And I see what's going on again. I stay in my house here, I see what's going on again. I don't walk the road. But life is like this. The Indians pay the blacks to kill up the fucking black people in Nigeria, brother.
This is
happening. They're taking the money. This is happening, my body. And the guys like doing the right thing on the news is telling the people in the right way. Stay strong, my brother.
All right, my
I
brother,
say
thanks.
Indian. I'm not Afro, but all my friends them is Afro.
Okay.
I take care of them in Ghana sometimes.
Aye.
I look out for them. I tell them to do the right thing in Ghana. I respect you and you stay strong.
All right, my brother. What? And you sound like an Indian brother. You sound like a black man. And you telling me you're not a black man. Let's just show you, you know what I mean? A lot of Indians are coming out and definitely speaking about these things, and it hurt my heart to see that black man is taking people to kill them own black matty out, you know? But so life is still, yeah? This is why I strive to stay away from certain things in life, you know what I mean? What don't concern me, I leaves it alone. That's how I've been living so long, you know what I mean? Definitely, you know, and it hurt my heart to the core You know? But let me continue hearing this here because what happened, this big man exposed the Indian commander of region number 3, division. He exposed some stuff. I just want to hear a few before we get out of here.
He wants promoted because Slow said he was called by Ali to say, listen, what happened to this person, what happened to this person. He made suggestions. There are a pool of them who Slow said were totally disqualified based on their conduct. But they still got promoted. Look at this evidence here, Jenna. My eyes may not be as good as mine, so let me read it for you. Finally, Admin Sheff's decision has been made. Look at this, has been taken today's date, Friday, April 25th, to reassign Assistant Commissioner, Commander of Regional Division 3, Khalid Mandal. This is Hicken who said this. So imagine he's now at the rank of Assistant Commissioner and Commander of Regional Commander for Region 3, for Division number 3. So Khalid is not an ordinary fish in the pond. And this commander, who is also an Assistant Police Commissioner, did this. That's the man. So Hicken cannot make a mistake as to the rank, about the rank regarding Mandal.
So we explain this? There are 5 assistant commissioner of police, just like you have 5 vice presidents. Yes. So any of these 5 commissioner of police could be chosen to be the next commissioner of police.
Well, there should be an assistant, and then they'll be deputy, I think it'd be. Or is it? I have to check back the rank again, please, first.
No, they have 5 assistant commissioners.
Assistant.
Right, and each of them has a particular portfolio where they're responsible for different things. That was done during the Granger period. So there's that pool that they pull from to appoint a commissioner of police. The president actually pulls from there because he has the authority under the Constitution. Then it consultation with the opposition leader, as you know.
Correct.
And if there's a disagreement, then the person is appointed but not full commissioner. He still remains acting commissioner of police, as the current one is. So it's
Clifton Hicken has been confirmed. Yes. Contrary to what was acceptable after his age of retirement, he became confirmed.
That's correct. That is one of the many things we have to change in this country, where the politicians appoint policemen to positions of authority. That needs to be changed in the Constitution to allow professionals to actually appoint a commissioner of police based on merit and all the rest of the things that goes with it, and not appointed by the president or endorsed by the opposition leader. That's one thing needs to be changed in the country. But coming back to the question,
if I may, just for correction, because I want to be clear tonight. I know there are 5 deputy commissioners of police. Because what they do, okay, so let's be clear. Because I thought that McBean is a deputy commissioner. McBean, for example, can be chosen if Hicken goes to be the commissioner. The assistant commissioners normally now, I think they be the commanders or regional heads, more often than not. But you have got the commissioner, you have deputy commissioners, then we've got the assistants. Now I'm saying that in his rank, this man, let's just go stick to it here. This man, Khalid Mandal, leaned over and told the mother, he has video footage, come let's go see. Imagine that an assistant commissioner of police knows the truth. Then when the people dismissed that, he said, okay, look, you'll find any 3 people to go in, find 3, because you could see now he's trying to cover something up. That's why I wanted to focus on speak to Jenna. This man is in your region, 5 minutes away from where you are, and look at his conduct, and he's responsible for policing you, for protecting you, for instructing around to have your interest at heart and the community's interest at heart. And look at his criminal behavior. Now look at what Hicken did afterwards. So that first of all, he was redeployed to Region 4. Then he said, okay, you know what? Just go home and leave, and he pay you fully paid. It's called excuse absence. That's what administrative leave is about. So go home, relax yourself, and let's see how the dust settles. Can you imagine that? Huh? I'm so livid.
I'm very surprised that this is behavior, because he comes from a very good family. They're supposed to be Muslim. His father is a very religious guy. For him to behave like that, you see, to be fair or to be honest about this matter, he is incapable of being a commander, much less to be an assistant commissioner. I can't understand how he got that promotion so quickly. From assistant commander, you have to become a commander, then you can become the assistant. assistant commissioner. Here, let me give you an update of what happened. Mr. Sunarain, who was at Leonora months ago, and then they sent him to Diamond, the area there, months just within the same period, because I was in regular contact with the police for a whole host of other matters, so I know that. I went to see them, talk to them, and so on. Then they brought back Khalid to Leonora and sent Sunarain where Khalid was.
Oh.
Did you find that strange? And then they sent back Sunarain back to Diamond and bring back Khalid Mandal to Leonora and as a promoted person. So when I spoke to Sunarain, because I wanted to be clear what is happening, somebody told me he was removed. Khalid was sent away, and Sunarain came back. So I phoned him 2 days ago. 2 days ago, yesterday, I think. And I called him, he answered the phone. So I said, I don't understand the situation. Why you're back? You're back here. Khalid is supposed to be the commander, and you're laughing. So I said, it's nonsense. You understand what I mean? Huh? Yeah, look, Guyana is a very, very small country. Everybody knows everybody.
Actually, I don't mean even see her saying no song. Jesus Christ. I don't know why this thing is always do me down. No. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was saying that we meet the 12 o'clock mark. I gotta pull the curtains down. It was a pleasure being here with you guys. I was here 8, 9, 10, 11. Minister 12, I got to leave. Driver said, don't leave the show, but you don't know it come to the time where we got to leave, all right? So like I said, guys, thank you for definitely tuning in for the show. Like we said, from Monday to Friday right here, you know what I mean? 8 to 9, but if the congestion is too much, we go a little further. Thanks everybody that call in and share their thoughts with us, you understand? Until tomorrow, we out here. So like we said, big up to Trevor P for being our first member. Bye for your feelings. See you guys until tomorrow, right? Peace.